Billy Butter bit their batter.
That's how you gonna warm up? That's how
Gotta
you
do it
gonna
that
warm
way,
up from here
man.
on out?
So how now brown cow? That makes how now brown cow. Like child's play.
Yeah.
You don't know the motherfucking podcast. And that's the double truth, Why are you the way that you are, the way that you are, the way that you are?
The Lyrical Fix.
The motherfucking podcast.
Oh my God.
I like that one.
All right, you guys are tuned in to the Lyrical Fix podcast with your host, Sade.
Kid Pro.
Philip.
And our very special guest, X. And
Hello.
then there was X.
And then there was X, man. Round of applause.
Oh, round of applause.
Yeah, man. And let's just get it right off the bat, man. He's a goddamn 49ers fan. He's rocking
As
the
you can
hat.
see.
I really appreciate that. He's still showing his love to his team.
Loyalty.
That's why faithful always stay faithful, man.
X, look, man, I'm going to talk to you as if you were in the goddamn huddle. What the fuck happened, man?
Bro, there was such a mixture of things that we could really
right
talk
into
about.
this.
You know what?
Damn.
Just walk me through walk me through the 2-minute warning. Yeah, fourth quarter, 2-minute warning. And then from then on. Just walk me through it.
Let's just even just go back to 9 minutes when you have.
Let's bring it back to 9 minutes.
Yeah,
Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter?
fourth quarter.
Yeah, fourth
Okay,
quarter.
let's talk about it.
Very depressing, intricate part that our lovely safety decides to drop a gift.
What's his name again?
That was when he was just on
Jarquiski
the
Tart.
He was just on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Just there.
Yeah.
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 Easy
that was-
catch.
that was rough.
Yep.
Definitely could have changed the outlook of the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much it's almost like a curse when you go back to the Super Bowl with the Chiefs. You know, 3rd and 15. You know, Bulls are held, but you know some people don't want to buy into that one. But it happened. It's on video. But you still let a 3rd and 15 get completed. So it's like one of those game-changing moments. So when you come to this one, what happened? But honestly, there's so much more. They don't let Debo touch the ball in the fourth quarter.
Fair.
Pretty much you have him. Makes no sense. You're talking about once, maybe twice.
Use him as a decoy.
Anything. You know, we don't want to get to the overthrown passes by Mr. Garoppolo, but those happen too.
You think he buckled in pressure?
It's, you know what it is? It's the fact that it's just that big time moment. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, I don't want to say that it's like he can't handle that pressure because you know what? Ever since he came to the organization, you know, it changed.
Yeah.
We started winning. So, but it's just like for some strange reason, it's like those type of moments, something always happens. You know, it's like it just I don't know if he just wasn't completely focused, but throughout the season, he's always been Mr. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, like he actually had at one point during the season, he had the most 90-yard drives for a score within like a certain amount of time period in the fourth quarter. He led the league with that. So it's like we know you can do it.
Right.
You know, you don't want to come to a point that we got to, like, consistently badger you, you know, because if you see it on Twitter, bro, it's like, it goes back to, like, politics. It's almost like Republican, Democrat. It's like everybody's, like, you know, going one way with Jimmy, like, bench him, cut him, put Trey Lance in. And then you have the supporters, which is nothing wrong with that because you're supposed to support
That's
your
regular
quarterback.
shit.
You know, and he has talent. You know, he's not like he's bad. You know, you sit behind Brady, you should have talent.
Yeah.
But and coaching. The one thing about it is that no matter what, you have the lead 10 points again, similar to the Super Bowl against
Yeah.
the Chiefs. 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. There goes a demise. You allow it.
Yeah, because most of the season you've been commenting a lot on the judging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, you know, I have consistent, you know, debates with some of, you know, my boys when it comes to the whole referee outlook. It's just for me about anything, like, sure, that's not always going to dictate everything, but
Yeah.
you have to be consistent with some of these calls. You know, that's the only thing that will ever bother me, you know. But no matter what, when you have like about, like you said, like 9 minutes, your defense, you know, they're tired.
Yeah.
The offense is not clicking. You're not allowing certain things, and then you go off to the one thing I was kind of like, you know, bitching about the entire game is not attacking the weak side. You know,
Okay.
let's go back to Madden, bro. Counter weak. We know the damn play. You know what I'm saying? They were playing our game. you know, how they were up the middle, because that was the success that we had throughout the season,
Right.
you know, especially when Elijah Mitchell was able to, you know, kind of like sneak through. But you see they have that set. They were ready. They were game planning. You can't stop the slant with Cup and OBJ. That's the play.
So then when
you
it
know?
comes down to it, it's pretty much the coaching mishaps
Yeah.
that cause for these mistakes to happen. Because obviously we can't just look at the game like it was just that interception.
Yeah. There's
Obviously,
more to
it's
it.
obviously more players than that. And it always ends up close for some fucking reason, too, which I can't understand. That's just how sports is.
When it comes to playoff time.
Especially when it comes to playoff time. It's like it's meant to happen. It's something in the air.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You rarely see a blowout because maybe it's because nobody wants to see that. So it makes me think, like, maybe that's that conspiracy theory. Like, the refs really push these shits a certain way to make this shit happen.
Oh, of course. Listen.
Because it makes for great TV.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, was it one fucking weekend? Was it divisional weekend where everything was fucking, or was it? No, it
Everything
wasn't
was close.
championship weekend.
No, it was divisional. It was divisional.
Where everything
yeah.
was decided at the fucking last second.
Oh, it's divisional, yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell. Like, it's just like it
That shit
can't
was
just be just
crazy.
written in the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You know what I mean?
agree.
Like, there's got to be some type of element to it. And I think the league somehow tells these refs, hey, look out for this. Maybe not call this. And it's got to be split second. You know what I mean? We could talk about maybe how it might not be that, and it's just that, but I think there's something to it. You know what I mean? I think that's a conspiracy that maybe not a lot of people talk about. I feel like
money on the
ESPN
line.
can't talk about that shit.
A lot of money on
Yeah, they won't.
Yeah,
touch
there's a
that
lot of
shit.
money on this shit. And you got all this
Yeah.
the betting shit. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, man, there it is right there.
so it just
Money
goes to
goes
show you
up.
how much of this shit is actually, like, maybe scripted.
Listen, I don't doubt any of that for a second, man. Let's put it like this. The whole thing that was coming out with the coach Brian Flores, he pretty much, you know,
Oh, son, that's a whole
doesn't get the coaching gig. Then all of a sudden, boom, he just starts snitching the world out.
Yeah, I had that
know?
clip saved. I was
Like-
thinking about playing it later.
That shit was crazy because it's like,
Wait, who was it?
and the thing is like for me, is like for somebody to come out and say that about an organization potentially want to, you know, tank.
Actually,
We
you know
see it in
what?
all sports.
While you're
you know?
here, for the listeners that don't know, can you just break it down real quick about Brian Flores, everything going on?
Brian Flores is the former coach of the Miami Dolphins. So he got fired. I personally don't think he should have. You know,
Because
he
they were
ended the season.
successful under him, right?
Exactly.
With
Yep.
the record.
Yeah.
It's just, I understand you had the 2 seasons that it was just like kind of you're there, your defense is really showing, and they're still with the whole Tua, who's going to be the quarterback, everything like that. That's just all up in the air. But he gets fired. You know, he still looks like a strong candidate for a lot of teams, and I know the Giants was definitely one of them that really were looking into him because they felt that he could really. Does not take over the hump because I personally felt the Giants was going to do a lot better this year because that defense was, you know, to me that should be a no-fly zone over there.
Yeah.
But you know, things happen. You know, Joe Judge, finally your GM.
Yeah, somebody was like, "How do you feel about?" Listen. I don't even want to think about the Giants until draft. I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good on that right now. But yeah, continue.
But so the coach, the former OC of the Buffalo Bills, he got an interview with the Giants. I forgot his last name, so I'm not even gonna try to butcher that. But he got the head coaching gig over there in New York, well,
Yeah.
New Jersey, the
Gallo
Giants.
or something?
I really
Somebody
forgot
with a
his
G?
name. It's not, no, I think it starts with an O, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
I
You
just seen this too. I just don't remember either.
So the thing is, pretty much somehow Flores found this information out that he got an interview when it was already decided
Okay.
that the job, like the position was going to go to the guy from Buffalo.
Yes.
So he felt that they just kind of just did that for quota purposes. Like they had to interview the minority coach.
Right.
So he kind of just went off, you know, like just started going everywhere. And then he mentioned the owner of the Dolphins paying him, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like $100K
Yeah, 100,000.
Yeah.
to lose games.
To lose games.
So to get a higher draft pick and everything like that.
100K for each game.
Each game that they lost.
Each
Yep.
game.
On top
Yeah.
of his salary.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, he declined, and he believes it's the reason why he's there. He's no longer there. That he's not part of the Dolphins anymore. And then when the clip came out about it, J.R. Smith said, I've been in that same boat before.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all heard, and you could see when these refs do some of these calls or just like flukes happen, we all have talked about it or even thought about, okay, this shit is rigged. There's definitely, I mean, we know what happens in boxing. Like, we know what happens in other sports. So it's not, when this news came out, well, it was like earlier this week. Yeah, earlier
Yeah.
this week. I wasn't surprised at all.
Honestly, I wasn't.
I was just kind of happy somebody actually acknowledged it.
You know, it's just, you know what it is.
You don't want to taint the sport, you know. It's
That's
just,
what it
you
is.
don't want to do that.
You know,
Because
Just too much money in
it
it.
takes away from, I mean, yeah, they make so much money off of it because fans are so invested. So
Yeah.
once you find that out, it's like,
there's always going to be damage control when it comes to those type of situations. Like you said, they're not going to want to lose money.
no.
Because when fans can't trust the sport, you know, they
Especially
lose
as-
the passion behind it.
Yeah, especially fucking football. It's wild. I mean, it's been shaky ever since fucking Black Lives Matter, and even before that, because you have when all the old players were, you know, actually copping to the concussions and, you know, all this crazy
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
and brain
Mhm.
damage.
Mhm.
So, and how
CT
they
and
get
everything.
treated after the fact. It's like, oh well, we don't really need you anymore. You're useless to us. So yeah, shit is wild.
So where do you get the coaching gig at?
So he still doesn't have an actual position yet. It looks like he's a strong suitor for the Texans. Is where they're saying he most likely will probably happen. But then it's like you put him in a position where an organization already has something going on with the media with the whole Deshaun Watson thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you're gonna put Flores and him.
Taking more attention away,
You know, so I feel like now you have both of those guys, unless they trade Watson,
which
which
they probably will.
you know, probably. But it's like to put both of those, now you have, I don't want to say a bullseye, but pretty much you have eyes on that organization because now you're going to have criticism on his end, the quarterback position, and anything else, you know, surrounding it. Like
Right.
they're going to either want them to fail or it's just like, you know.
Yeah, the last thing you need is a new coach or some fucking controversy on your shit before you even start a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I completely understand that. It's a fucking shame, man. I think there was that picture of the text message exchange that he had with Belichick, right?
Yeah,
That got
yeah.
leaked out, where he was being congratulated by Belichick for getting the job and then figured out it was the wrong guy.
Yep.
That shit was fucking
That's
hurtful,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't
exactly it.
imagine that shit happening to me. If I ever thought I had a job and then it was like, oh my bad, I gave it went to the other guy. My bad, Pro. It was the other guy named Pro. I was like, oh shit, no.
Bad, man.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
You'll be all right, though.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, you be
Yeah,
alright,
shit
man.
fucking
There'll
wild.
there'll be other ones.
Like, you can
Thanks.
find something,
You can come
right?
back in 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah, you tough, right?
bro. Yeah, he said thanks, Bill. The pain in that text, I felt it, bro.
Yeah.
Finding out that it was somebody else, I fucked up, and he texted it. That's Belichick, so you know his attitude, like his demeanor,
Mm-hmm.
like even his text message language. Like I could just picture him saying like, "Mumble, like, sorry, I fucked up, kid."
Without a care. Put
Sorry, my bad.
LOL.
And then
He ain't
just
smiling.
Like I was probably like, "Thanks, Bill." That'd be me. I'm like, "Oh, thanks,
Smiley
Bill."
face, smiling face.
Like you like it. You
Imagine
like it.
that.
I like the message.
You like the message. You
No,
like it.
no, you love it with the heart
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
I might send him a gif. Thanks, Bill. No, that's it.
It's
Shit's
awkward after that.
Yeah.
But it leads more to what we were talking about before, man. Like how corrupt all this shit is, man. You got 32 owners that really don't give a fuck and that these old school values. Like for the Giants alone, like I'm not a fucking football source, but from what I hear, they're never gonna have a black head coach, never gonna have a black quarterback, as long as there's ownership families in there. Like, I don't see that changing. And who knows how bad it is in other places. Like I
Yeah.
thought the Jets were kind of racist, but apparently they had Geno Smith and Michael
Yeah.
Vick. So I think all
And
they care
had
about.
the head coach too, right?
But they're
Oh,
to
yeah,
me,
Robert Saleh.
they're
Yeah.
like the Jets are like with their ownership with like what Nolan is to Knicks. They don't mind getting the old legend
Yeah.
of Brett Favre or Michael Vick.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
Trying to
think
make it
that's
work.
because when you said Michael Vick, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a little different
Yeah.
when it's. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Michael Vick.
But they'll get
It's
someone past their
different.
prime
Yeah.
just because it's a big ticket name. Because
Yeah.
the Jets need that, and that's kind of what Dolan does with the Knicks, no?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
a sense, you
Yeah,
bring in an
yeah,
old
1,000%.
retired dude,
All the time.
like no shade, no
Not
shade.
even
to-
retired.
Like,
It's
no.
just old and washed up.
Yeah,
That's
no,
it, you know?
no
Yep.
shade to
Like
D
skill
Rose,
set is declining.
but like legends.
Yeah.
Like, future
Yeah.
Hall of Famers. Like Jason Kidd. Like who else? We could name a whole bunch
But
of
shit,
dudes.
that goes back to what we were talking about outside. It's
Yeah.
just to boost the tickets, and people
Let's
are
talk
gonna
about
come.
it.
Yeah.
Right? People are just gonna show up.
No matter how bad
No
the Knicks are
matter how
doing, why are they
bad.
always going to
But
sell
you
out?
just throw in a name like you just said, Jason Kidd. Like, oh fuck, Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
And because you got tourists, and MSG
Yeah.
is one of the fucking most famous arenas in the world. Why
Yeah.
not stop and see a Knick game?
Right.
That's
Yep.
part of the experience in New York.
It's like you have to, no matter
Or
how
shit,
good
anything
or
that's
bad.
going on in the Garden at that point,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
it's just crazy.
They say it's the Mecca for a reason, man.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
do y'all,
Yeah.
now, with all the major sports in the U.S., which one do you think is the most rigged?
Ooh.
Because they all got money in them.
They're all rigged.
It's like, yeah, it's like,
Dog.
Which one seems the most corrupt?
The most
The
corrupt.
most corrupt?
wow.
Mm.
I
That's
feel like,
tough,
I
man.
feel like maybe baseball got the most old school money. 'Cause it's been there the longest.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's. I mean, it's definitely corrupt, but I don't know if it's the most.
The thing is, it's kind of tough for that one because I feel like
Yeah.
in certain ways, how they're trying to involve a lot more technology. Like they're still even trying to go with the robot umpires.
Oh, the strike zone,
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
which is
yeah.
crazy in itself.
So, I said the frame job from catchers is going to decline, but at the end of the day, this is what it is. It's like, then it goes to exactly what I'm saying. It's the umpires behind the plate. Like, there's no way that you can be that accurate behind the plate. I'm sorry. Like, there's no way. You are
And you don't
behind
have, there's
someone.
there's no computer screens. There's no way of you
Nothing.
actually seeing it. And yeah,
Like, look how many.
I get what you mean.
We make jokes that there was an umpire that just retired, Joe West. Dude's old school. You know what I'm saying? He's tough. He's a hard ass. He'll throw you out. But at first thing I'm like, yo, for some people that don't know, there's like this umpire. I personally can't stand this guy. He has got to be the worst umpire in baseball. His name is Angel Hernandez. That guy sucks. Like,
Okay.
when I mean bad, like this guy, yo, there are so many calls that he's just botched and calls. I think one of them, there was a perfect game that came back, but I think that involved Hernandez and Joe West. I forgot. There was a pitcher on the Detroit Tigers. He had a perfect game.
Yeah.
A perfect game. To me, they have to revise that. That was a perfect
That was
I
game.
so-
think I saw on
perfect game.
Sports Center and shit. Like there was like the last minute call. It was something in the ninth inning, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
blown.
he was
It's like
running
literally
to
the
first-
last
he was running
out.
to first base.
Yep.
And then they called him safe.
Clearly,
They
clearly
called him
out.
safe. Yo, he froze and looked at the umpire like, what?
And then
No.
what was
Yep.
the reason behind it? Because they didn't challenge or nothing. They couldn't.
Oh,
They
shit,
couldn't challenge
really?
at that
They couldn't
moment.
challenge
Yeah,
at
that's
that
the
day.
challenging ones wasn't around then. But it was like, it wasn't like it was. I say tie goes to the runner. It wasn't that close.
Right. It was very obvious. from
Yeah.
what I
Like
remember.
it was,
It was totally obvious.
dude. When you see, trust me, you're gonna be like,
That's
what?
crazy.
Maybe that's one of those rigged moments.
But is there a reason not to give this guy the no hitter or perfect game?
it,
Is it something in the contract? Is it
not
something that like
really. But you know what? It
It-
just come.
It could have. I don't know. It
some
could have just.
incentive
got-
that they didn't want to give him?
It could have been that, or it could have been him
Anything's possible.
getting on to another bag, like become a free agent with that, like
True.
like
It's a notch in your belt.
it is, yeah, because that's really hard to do, like in baseball.
It's a bargaining chip. It's
Perfect
leverage.
game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's pretty,
You're right. If you can knock a couple of those down, that probably would up
A
your
couple, you're in history.
rate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect game is pretty serious.
It's
Yeah.
like-
I can see how that would help.
Yo, you're there. It's like you're gonna be talked about no matter how your career ends.
That's
Yeah.
what motherfuckers
You know?
get mad when they don't get a triple double during an NBA game. They get mad if they don't get that rebound because it's incentives in the contract. You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. It's
Yeah.
got to be.
There's always gonna be. That's like when Gronk for his incentive.
Yeah, didn't he get like $1 million?
Yeah,
for, like,
and
hitting a certain
They
amount
were.
of yards.
I forgot the team. They were blowing them out, blowing
Damn.
them out. But the thing is, Brady stayed in just to give Gronk his incentives.
The same
So-
thing could have been for AB too, right? If he
Could've
didn't
done
leave.
that.
Yeah,
There was
Yeah,
controversy
he was
behind that
supposed
too.
to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was the game I was actually at. Like when that
at that game?
Oh, when
that
that
moment, yo, dude,
crazy.
one didn't see when it happened, and we were on the visitor's side, and it was just like, I got a text message from somebody. It's like, yo, X, what the hell happened with AB? I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I didn't see anything. You're drinking. You know how that goes.
Shit.
So, but then there's like, I look at the videos on Bleacher Report. I'm showing everybody who's in the box with us. It was like, yo, did you guys see this? Nobody saw anything. Nobody saw anything. And it was just like, wow.
It's on the opposite side of the field for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have
'Cause we
saw
were-
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we were like on the 40s. So it was just like, but with him, I don't know. When you look at the whole thing with AB, it's like, it's kind of like almost like Kanye a little bit. It's like, you see,
Jimmy, he's chilling with Kanye,
you know,
so it makes sense.
right? Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying certain things, but no matter what, he's gonna be judged because of his record.
Yeah.
His rap. Everybody talks about it, whatever. But look what happened not too long after that. Like when he left and everything like that, the whole exchange with Bruce Arian, the coach of the Bucks.
Yeah.
he's seen a few weeks later slapping the head of one of his defensive backs for like a bad play. That aggressive moment just made AB look like, you see what I'm talking about? And he went to social media immediately. So it's like, sometimes with these players, man, it's like you have to kind of listen to them when it comes to this.
Yeah, but I also feel like that could have been the team. Like, yeah, they're using his actions and like the shit he's been doing against him, and then no matter if he's talking about like, oh, he's injured, like I'm injured, I can't play. It's like they're gonna force him either to just completely injure himself out of the game, or do some shit like what he ended up doing just to get him out anyway, just to not deal with his bullshit. But at least they didn't they didn't do the action, so it looks like they're in the clear.
It's like it drew it out of him.
Yeah, in a sense.
It's like you have your buttons pushed, and they know how to have a person react. Mm-hmm. And everybody sees. Honestly, not even, I know it may sound like a joke, but he's never really been the same after that hit by Vontaze Burfict. Like the way
yeah,
like
no,
that
you're right.
hit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Looking that back up on YouTube was some wild shit, dude.
Like that was a hard
that
hit.
Was everybody. Oh, yeah. That was a.
What shit was this?
This was this is when he was on the Steelers. This was, I think.
So this is where he
like he
got kicked him. Not kicked him.
Was
or
that the-
like, walked over
I
him?
remember that.
Pass was overthrown.
I just know it was crazy.
Coming,
I don't remember which game
he
it
got
was.
laid.
He got laid out.
Yeah.
It's like any play where you have like, when you come across the middle, you gotta know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
That goes from like Pop Warner, everything like that. You come across that middle, you need to know what's coming your way.
Yeah, nah, Ben Roethlisberger has some fault in that.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. When you serve up your players. That's one thing about it that's one thing that upset me about Jimmy G a few times, and it's always George Kittle the one that's the victim of that situation. Like especially against the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Both of his times that like the major stints on like the IR was because he served up George Kittle on a platter for that. You have like the legs.
Yeah.
But to the AB one, it was just the same thing, just coming across that middle, overthrew him a little bit.
Any slant in the middle, man, you just
laid him out.
I don't know. To me, like, to go back to your question, I feel like football and boxing are the most corrupt.
Oh, boxing! I didn't think about that. Yeah,
boxing is definitely,
boxing
especially
definitely
ever since UFC kind of like MMA, like ever since that whole shit got popular, they had to keep. I mean, it was always kind of rigged. I think all sports are rigged. Because there's so much money into it, and not only just making money off these people, but the gambling aspect to it too.
Yeah.
So I just feel like boxing, I feel like they took it to the next level. Now, I mean, especially now with the fucking YouTubers and the celebrity, it's like it's just getting a little out of hand.
Let me start that bull crap.
Bruh.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, we can get into that. We got into it before. I think that's a whole conspiracy thing. I think Jake Paul's is out to get the bag. This is his last fight. It's got to be against somebody big that's like...
His last fight, I feel like it could be Mayweather, because Mayweather, they're not going to...
If you do that, then
I don't see Mayweather throwing.
He's not... It's just,
He's definitely... People have been paid to throw for him. I believe that.
That's why I don't believe Woodley what he said. He's like, oh, no, he hit me with some shit.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the video or not?
No, you played it for us.
Yeah, you did.
You played it for us.
The controversy?
The switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you played it for us one time.
Say, oh, no, that wasn't legit or whatever. I'm like, dude, come on, man.
I don't know.
Come on. He's been hit. Him against Usman. I remember I was in Miami watching that fight, man. Come on, bro.
That was a good one.
He dropped his arm. He dropped his guard.
Usman cracked him a few times in that fight. Like, come on. You going to tell me Jake Paul? Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
No,
yeah,
but
Usman, that's a real fighter.
You got to give the guy credit, though. He is somewhat skilled. I'm sure he can hit hard.
Who?
Jake Paul. I'm sure he can hit hard.
Somewhat skilled.
You practice
But I feel like you can,
got the money.
Yeah.
fight in the streets, maybe you could hold your own. I feel like he could probably hold his own in the streets, but when it comes to like actually boxing, or even if he were, no, I don't see him doing like MMA, but still, I just don't think he can actually fight.
MMA against Mayweather.
You watch him, some of the moves that he makes, it just doesn't, I don't know.
It just, I don't. For me, it's like he has to fight somebody who's going to be credible. Everybody's like kind of past a certain point. Mm-hmm. Or I'm not saying in need of money, but they wouldn't mind the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like they was talking about having Jake Paul fight Masvidal.
Oh, I heard about that one.
On.
I don't.
Come on, bro. Like,
I don't think it's happening.
Like he.
But boxing, MMA.
Jake Paul's gonna die if he fights.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing though,
bro.
Is it boxing or is it MMA?
But the thing is, MMA has been shown to also have that involvement too. When you're talking about like back there in Pride,
Yeah,
back
true.
then,
Yeah.
there were some things that happened over there, and I think I forgot what's the other organization, but there was one that was some behind the scenes that there was mobs involved. So,
Okay.
like once money's involved, anything
yeah.
can change.
Anything can change.
Anything can
They're
change,
probably
bro.
still some, I'm not gonna name them, but
No, some
so
old school
organizations
families, yeah.
involved and
Let's
shit.
just say, yeah, old school families.
I mean, it's fighting. It's fight clubs have been around since forever.
Mhm.
They were on Titanic, damn it. So I don't know, but they were around forever. And people were making money off that shit. So I mean, I get it, and that's why it's still around for so long. But I feel like boxing, they just took it to the next level, and they keep doing it just to be able to survive, because it's not as big as it used to be. It really isn't.
No, it's not. UFC has taken that over completely.
Yeah, it's only big names that actually have been keeping it going. Mayweather, like they're the only ones. Tyson, when he wants to come out of time, like it.
Yep.
Those are the ones that are keeping it alive. And then other than that, it's like, all right, well, shit, we gotta pay some people off to like make a scene or throw up, throw
Which
the
is why
fight.
you gotta have a Jake Paul fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's it.
It's
shit
just
sucks.
because you know what, as guilty as I am, I talk as much shit as I can about the dude, but I'm watching this fight because I want to see him lose.
Yeah.
So I fall
yeah, no,
right into the
everybody-
same
I don't think-
Everybody
category.
does.
And
Yeah,
it's
I don't
like-
know anybody who actually like
And that's the
working
system.
fight nights. I don't think anybody like whenever like there's a knockout, the entire fucking bar is like, God
Yep.
damn it!
Yep.
Everybody's there to see him lose.
You know how many Mexicans wanted to see Mayweather lose when he came out wearing the Mexican colors?
Bro.
in his trunks?
Oh God!
Bro, come on. Bro, I was at a party
That
in
was
Dover
wild.
watching
Mate,
Mayweather
se
fight.
mato.
Ese pinche negro.
Mátalo. Dale duro.
Ese pinche negro. Like, yeah, they was like, those Mexicans was going in, saying mad shit. It was terrible.
Yeah.
You know
I
how
remember that
Mexicans
shit.
in boxing
They was
is,
going
man.
in. Yeah, they don't play about
Yeah.
their battles. It was Cinco de Mayo, too, so,
Oh,
man,
Yup.
he was smart,
Yup.
too, to get that fight.
He knew he was doing.
Yeah, he know
That was
he was doing
intentional.
it.
That was intentional.
That's how you
Yeah,
promote
man.
a fight, bro. And he, like, I guess he drew from, like, WWE because he had did a fucking WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So he knew what it's about. He
Yep.
talked to Vince McMahon. Like, that motherfucker's smart.
He is. It's
Simple
money,
as that.
man. That's the one thing
It's money.
about it.
But you're right. There's some corruption in it, end of the day.
Because I agree with that. Honestly, with the
100%.
whole boxing and what was it? Boxing?
Football.
Football. I would
Those
say that.
two,
one.
I think,
Even though
most.
basketball has its moments, because
Oh yeah, actually.
go back.
Football.
You know.
Yeah, what's that ref? I mean, he was involved. I forget his name. Can't
And-
say
Well,
it.
I was
And
say,
that's
I was
exactly
I was
where I was
taking
going.
out the
Tim Donaghy, I
refs.
think.
I wasn't even counting refs. But yes, I think most refs are fucking corrupt as fuck.
They're all.
Yeah.
Money talks, man.
Uh-huh.
In the beginning, they're about the sport and stuff. But
Yeah, some of those fucking
Along the
calls,
lines,
man. It's the
everybody
old
got
heads.
a price, man.
It's the old
Everybody
heads,
got a
man.
You always
Exactly.
got to account for human error. And we get that with refs. There's always going to be something that they miss, but there can always be something that they can miss intentionally and make it seem like it's human error. And that's
Yeah.
where shit gets
Sorry, bro.
tricky. You know what I mean?
This shit
You
is
see it.
wild though.
You see it though, man. Like that one is just like when they need something to happen. Like that specific one you guys are talking about. When you're talking about that Sacramento King team against that Laker team, that's where it started. That was a series right there.
Yeah, man.
You mean to tell me when you go back to having like Vlade Divac or Jakovic, you had Chris Webber.
First of all, Shaq was like 25 for like 28 at the free throw line.
Bro.
Shaq, fam.
And that's where,
Dude, man.
again, that's where it goes. Like they want to see the best team on, like the best looking
Ratings,
team.
man.
You want to have Shaq in the finals.
It's ratings.
Ratings.
It is.
So
Ratings,
it's
man.
This NFL shit, like, yeah, I could see Jimmy Garoppolo at the fucking Super Bowl. Why not? But I don't know. Maybe it was something he did wrong. The refs tried everything they could to make it seem like it was catching up, but
I'm gonna give you something. These are obviously gonna be, people are gonna judge me for some of these conspiracy theories and
let's
shit
hear
like
Hold on,
that.
before you
Let's
get
hear it.
into this conspiracy theories, are you guys gonna keep him or you guys are done with him?
Nah, he's gone.
Okay,
He's
so
tra-
now
he's
you're
getting
moving
traded.
forward with the rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
so
trade
how
him.
many
The
years
second
has
year
Jimmy
quarterback?
been quarterback now?
For
Niners?
5. No, it's 4.
So
It
you
was
guys,
supposed to be 5
you
years,
guys
4.
got into Super Bowl and
Somebody's
the conference
got to
Yeah.
go.
So the Garoppolo experiment has pretty much been, like, we know what it is now at this point.
But-
Like, we know how good he is.
But you're so quick to
think so.
just give in on him, though. Like, it's
No,
just,
it's just been 5 seasons.
There's so many
well,
questions
within
being
those
thrown
5
at X.
No,
within those
but I'm
5
fine with it.
seasons,
I'm
he's
fine with it. It's cool.
accomplished the
I'm
Super
like,
Bowl
I keep going back and
appearance.
forth.
Yes.
And going back.
Yes.
'Cause I'm
He
gonna
was
give you
about
both.
to go back. He was
okay.
just a play
Yes.
short, right? He was
Yeah.
play short.
I got lost for a
And
second.
he
He
didn't
had
Yeah,
multiple
back
plays short.
He didn't have the ball.
Multiple plays short.
Multiple play, but you guys lost by how much?
Field goal.
So a play. I want to say a play short because you guys would have won. With
Yeah,
the play.
in circumstance, yeah.
So-
Certain play. Honestly, there's
So fucking close.
the one. He had 2 touchdowns wide open.
Bro,
Hold on.
don't even. I can't.
But just to get back to that, like within
was
his
so
5-year
invested.
tenure, he's gotten to that point. You know, it's like why
We
why
won
are you
with
just,
him. Yes. So
You should have just kept him, put him on the bench and try out the second year or the rookie.
Also, don't get
quarterback.
rid of him. Just bench him.
But
Yeah,
here's the
like-
thing now. You're going to have a super expensive backup quarterback. And now
just sitting
we
there.
have 33 free agents coming on. 33.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit.
You're
Okay,
talking
so-
about Jimmy's going to account for like about 25, 26 mil off the books. Not off the books, but it's like pretty much
Yeah.
you trade him or cut him before a certain time period. That's money that you need, even though they already have the money set aside for Boza and Debo. And those are two you have to
You need
keep.
those.
No,
You know what I'm
Debo's
saying?
fire.
So how much of his contract is the cap, like percentage wise?
The thing is, the
Is his contract up already?
no, it would have been next season. Next
Oh,
season.
okay. Okay.
So I forgot what was the cap hit originally before, but now if we would have did that last season, because they were already talking about it last season about putting him off in the sunset somewhere else. But now it's like once they drafted Trey Lance, you knew where it was. And the thing is, I'm appreciative of what he did for us because he did take us out of a kind of a bad situation. As soon as he came on, won the final 5 games of the season straight. That season, that's when the Jaguars had the #1 defense. Good.
I'm not gonna make the joke. Just continue. I'm not gonna.
That's when Jalen Ramsey was still there.
Yes. Okay. Shit, that's right. Yeah.
So I never forget that game too because we scored 40 plus on them. So it's like he showed us there, and everybody was like, "All right, cool, we're gonna get there." And then the injury happened with the ACL and stuff like that. But with that one, with the season that we had, we were able to get draft picks. We got Boza, Debo that year and stuff like that. So he showed us that he could get us there. But then, and obviously I'm just talking about like his stuff that I seen on Twitter, battle back and forth. Some people are saying it's like, oh, like the chick on I forgot what was the ESPN show, but she said that he was like the kid who does nothing in a school project and gets an A.
Oh, okay.
Because if you're talking about we were just running all over everywhere,
Yeah.
like especially that year that we went to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, we were running everywhere. He didn't even throw double-digit passes one game. So it's like, and then that goes like to what I'm talking about, like what, like let's say Shanahan, right? You're talking about going back to the Falcons. You're up 28-3 on the Patriots, bro. And then you stop doing the bread and butter, which you've been running the ball.
Can't help
You
but
stop.
see some
Yeah,
controversy. there,
28 to
too.
3 in the fourth quarter, right? Or the third
Yeah.
quarter? End of the third quarter or the fourth quarter?
I think it was like, I know there was a certain amount of time in the fourth quarter. That's when he just.
Okay, so-
But I think it was like the end of the third quarter. That's when
Okay,
everything
okay.
kind of started. Momentum started shifting slightly. But it's just like, and then going back to that Super Bowl, you're talking about, and controversy here is involved with this one too. You have the Kansas City Chiefs that were the #1 offensive holding penalized team in the NFL, but they don't get a single holding call. Not one. That makes no sense. Then, you're same thing. You're in the fourth quarter in that game. You are running all over the Chiefs. Why do you stop running the ball in the second half? There's just certain things that just doesn't make sense that you just stop doing.
Do you think like it was something that they thought was going to happen and they just wanted to beat them the other way? Like, fuck it, we know, or they think that we're going to hit them with the run game, so we might as well switch it up, surprise them.
It's like you try to outsmart the coaches and you end up outsmarting yourself. It's
True.
like,
Yeah, man.
We all know people that overthink. I'm guilty of them. I want to.
Yeah, same here.
That's just overthinking a
Yeah.
situation that you
You get into your head.
it's just like,
You
yeah.
at
get
what
mental
point do you
breakdowns,
change-
yo. It's crazy.
And at
So
what point do you
players-
change it back up? All right, let's go back to our bread and butter. Give Debo some love.
It's you see what happened
Yeah.
now? Not in it. It's gonna be next season.
No, but it's like
And
it's shit that
it's-
happens. Like, hold up, when they didn't give it to Marshawn, same shit.
Yep.
Why not give you bread and butter? Maybe he was trying to trick him.
I don't know. I just have my thoughts.
The theory with that thing is just there was money on the line. I feel like ultra money on the line for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, that's just common sense as a quarterback to do. Like 9 out of 10 quarterbacks are gonna do that.
I mean, the
It's just-
percentage that he would have fucked that play up is very minimal. So it's like you just go with your percentage.
Very minimal. Like the thing is, I had one of my friends who was talking about that, and he said that the play that they called, that original play, had a 70% success rate or something like that.
There you go.
But at the end of the day, what I think in that one, they didn't. You knew if Marshawn Lynch rushed that in, he was getting the MVP of that Super Bowl.
Right.
And the thing about it,
We can't have that.
bingo. Because you know what? He has to do interviews. He has to talk to people.
And I'm only here, so I won't.
When
get
does he want to
fined.
talk to anybody?
Well, see here. All right. Here's my thing though.
That's what it was.
Who
man.
says he has to get MVP?
He was the six. He was running all over.
No, I get that, but it's like if
There's
they don't want
nobody
to give
else
it to him
gonna get
because
it.
they know it's going to happen.
Wait, don't you vote on that shit? Like through
Right.
the
No, I'm saying
phone?
America votes, but they can also sway it some way, and they can manipulate the numbers like everything else. If they have that much
I'm voting for
control,
Burchard.
No, the thing is, no,
So-
in that one before the game's over, you right now, of course, whatever big wigs and everything like that, they appoint like, you know what, he's doing this, he's doing the best. They're gonna give it to him. Obviously, they wanted Russell Wilson to be the guy of that one because he's Mr. Wholesome.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's to me is like that was something that people don't talk about. I was like, nah, that's not it. To me, they didn't want him to talk because what was the infamous? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Right.
How did you feel with that touchdown?
I always wait till the end of the broadcast. I don't stop watching until they show that commercial for Disney World where they get that quick. They get
Yeah.
that MVP on the
Yup.
field.
Yeah.
I'm going to Disney World. I couldn't imagine Marshawn doing that.
Come on,
You're
man.
right. Imagine they would have chased
not
him.
at all.
Just the camera
Not at
chasing
all.
the
Oh, they
field.
would have been sick.
I would love to
It
see
would've been
that.
sick.
I would love to see
But-
that.
If that really was the reason why, it's fucked up. Like, it's fucked up. And who knows how many times it's happened in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe in the NHL, the fucking boxing.
Shit.
It's It's just certain things people just want to happen, and like you guys talked about, like money, and especially how much betting is getting more and more and more.
Oh,
I just made my bets for Super Bowl. Sorry.
Oh, bro, I don't even
yeah, I
get
found out my
started.
girl put our name in a fucking box somewhere.
Oh, I have a few
like,
Super Bowl
I know we
boxes.
have something at work. I got like 6 boxes full. That's the only way. Those fucking surveys, and I don't do them on purpose just because of principle. I'm like, I mean, fuck
didn't
these
wanna
goddamn
gamble.
things.
I didn't want to
And
gamble.
then
Just,
and then
get
there's
you.
money up. So I was because bleep that. Goes, he was like 200. I better get some fucking surveys. If I'm giving, I'm like, fine, give me the goddamn boxes.
nah,
So.
I won't even enjoy the game now. I'm just gonna be fucking.
Bengals
gambling
gonna
for-
win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they-
know. I
they
did.
go
I
for
did
it.
like different cards and shit. So I'm like, I don't
Bengals
give a
1,
fuck.
Rams 4. That's my
Wait, you said what?
box number.
Oh,
That type of shit's with the score.
1 and 4.
1 and 4. Bengals 1,
Ooh,
Rams 4.
nice.
So I'm thinking maybe 21-24.
How much is the per
If I get
box?
that, I think it's like 200 for the first box or for the first quarter,
Mhm.
250, 275, and then 500, something like that.
I know.
Nice.
Ours
So it's
are.
like $10 a box.
They didn't even do
Probably,
ours
yeah,
yet.
it's a lot of people from what I saw.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
It's possible. That number is possible. So I'm
Yeah.
just,
That's a good number to
it's a
have,
good
bro.
number. Both teams scoring 3 touchdowns and it ends in a field goal.
I think one of them I have like 2 and 9.
That was like most of the division.
bro.
Yeah, right. You think about that. It's like 2 and 9. The fucking possibilities of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I told her. I'm like 1 and 4. I'm like, we can make that work. We can make
It's
that work.
possible, but for not saying you need some type of like 2-point conversion. Like you need that. You know.
Oh yeah.
That's
Come
like
on.
that means somebody's coming from behind. You know.
Like if you had an 8, yeah, just like I said, there's mad probability.
Like it's
and shit.
possible.
But
Still
then
going.
math comes into
Bengals.
play.
I'm going for the Bengals.
Go for the Bengals.
Yeah.
I
Obviously,
really
have
was
to.
too. I
Joey
really was
B.
Yeah. Joey
B.
Burr.
Yeah, he gonna
Burr.
come through.
Burr.
Yep.
I like him.
Come
I like-
through and just rain on everybody's parade.
I
real
like
quick.
dude. Yeah, I think he could be the one to shake
Swag
up
out.
shit.
telling you, man, that
Swag
that
out.
offense is gonna surprise people.
Throw a wrench in the fucking system.
Yeah.
Change it up a little bit.
Yep.
What were you gonna say? That what system?
Oh,
You were just saying.
well, the whole thing with that wide receiving core too, they're gonna be really good against
Yeah.
them. You know, and because think about it, Jalen Ramsey's gonna be on Jamar Chase heavy, but you know,
Yeah.
it's you
It's-
have Tyler Boyd, Higgins, like
I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, what I've noticed in past Super Bowl games, it's always the game for someone else to be the star.
okay.
You know, it's never really the running back. Well, maybe sometimes, or the wide receiver, the star wide receiver. It's always like the secondary or the third option that comes out like having a great game.
or whoever makes that big play.
Yeah, it's always them because the main guy is going to be double teamed. You know what I mean? Or in this case, you're going to have Ramsey on him. So you might as well just look elsewhere anyway. So someone else is going to come through, make a couple big plays, and we're going to see what happens. And that's what it comes down to.
They're gonna hit him, man. I saw a stat for this dude Tyler Boyd that he hasn't dropped a pass when he's been in the slot since week 2 of last season.
Jeez.
So whenever he lines up in the slot and you throw it at him, he's catching it. Like he doesn't actually drop it.
Yeah.
Bomba slot.
Like
So-
they're gonna be on him, man.
That's
That's
on him. So then we said, so you said Bengals.
Bengals.
You said Sade.
Bengals, yeah. Bengals for
Bengals.
sure. Mm-hmm.
You got it.
oh, I'm going for Bengals.
I don't blame you.
No matter what.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for
I
Bengals as well.
I also just didn't like the attitude of
Listen to this one.
the fans and just the Rams in general. And Odell,
attitude?
just
Oh,
not, just,
of
just
course.
no, he can go
I
fuck
get
The
that.
himself.
Rams are about to
I
be
get
home.
that. I
This
get
is
that.
absolutely
Did you-
crazy. They just got to go and treat it like another game to the season,
Yeah.
you know, and even though it's not, but
Yeah.
that's the mentality to me.
Odell wins
Like,
this,
that's
it's
the
a
way I approach it.
huge-
It's just another fucking game, and I'm gonna whoop your ass in this motherfucking game.
Odell wins this.
Put
It's
the
a
pressure.
huge fuck you to Giants
Shrubs.
fans everywhere.
Odell?
Yeah.
Bro,
Odell
when
wins
he
this.
started fucking doing his little bullshit, don't
So
even get me
are we
started.
bitter fans if we say we don't want him to win?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean,
would.
yeah,
Absolutely.
no.
I would be like that.
Yeah,
I don't want him to win.
absolutely.
No, it's just don't.
feel
I
you.
never. I wasn't a fan when we had him, and then he did some couple good things for us. So I'm like, all right, you're slowly winning me,
Yeah.
and then just he never really won me anyway.
Nah, he was a great player. He had great high
He had a
highs
great
and low
catch.
lows. You know
It's
what I mean?
just those clutch moments that you need.
Yeah,
him to,
and
like,
that was really only it for
that's the only
me.
problem,
It was,
Man,
I was
man,
talking about it.
Was
What?
practicing with no shirt in Lambeau Field,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then show up in the game. And
Making
So
a
fucking
statement.
extra.
Trying to make a statement.
Yeah.
No, it was funny because I was talking to somebody about it. I'm like, yo, he's the next Plaxico.
You know what?
Pla-
He's
I can't
matured
say his
now,
name.
though.
He's just
Yeah,
like he's one of the
1000%.
like we just want nothing to do with him.
Like, you guys would want him now, like a more mature OBJ.
Yes.
Like,
yeah,
that's,
I
you
think
know,
that would have been better
That would've
because
been better. Him as a rookie, like, he was still getting,
he was
taking
emotional,
his shit.
man.
And he's in New York.
Yeah.
He
Imagine that.
was
Thinking you're untouchable
so-
in New York. Come on, bro. Like, of course it got to him.
No, because he was definitely getting all types of like his dick sucked in college, or he was just getting all types of love in college.
Oh, no, he
and
was,
his head
yeah.
was so fucking big that by the
Right.
time we got, it's like okay,
He
just
came into
calm
the league
down.
knowing that he was gonna do, which he did. He
Yeah.
did. Like I said, the catch. He had the catch. You know, like.
solidified him as a superstar.
But it's just like then you see the
It's just the
steamroll.
ego attached to it, and that yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's a lot.
But he got humbled. You know, he had that injury. Took him
Yeah.
out. So, and that's where the maturation process happens. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
now, like, if somehow in the future maybe he can make it back to the Giants, I think they'd welcome him with open arms. I mean, he
hope
won't be
so.
the same
I hope so.
talent-wise, but he
We
at
need
that
s-
point
we
be like
need
a grizzled
something at this
veteran,
point.
you know, on his shit. You never know.
we need something.
Yeah, y'all need something.
The injury bug bit you guys hard this season. That's for
Yeah, yeah.
sure. You guys were
Us
dropping
and
like
then who
flies.
else? There were. I remember who was it? Steelers had some crazy shit
Yeah.
happen, or is it was it
Steelers,
Steelers?
Steelers had some good injuries this season. Not good
Yeah.
in them.
Jets
good
also.
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Jets also.
There was one.
Jets had a bad season.
I don't know if it was
Yeah.
Steelers or it could have been Seahawks. I think it actually was Seahawks. It was a crazy ass game. I remember.
Oh, fuck Seahawks.
And one of the players literally just laid out, and then it took forever. They were filming the entire time. Everybody rushing to him. They carry him off. It was a good like 5-10 minutes, whatever. We're all just watching this, and then just nobody in the restaurant. So we're just chilling watching the game. Then they continue on with the game. Another 10 minutes pass. You're like, all right, yeah, no, he's good to go. Good to go. This man was passed the fuck out.
Oh,
You
listen.
mean he's good to go? I don't remember what team. It has to be Seahawks or fucking Steelers. I just don't remember what. I don't know what it was.
I remember when we played
It wasn't
against
an important
Green
game
Bay
though.
earlier
Oh,
this
yeah.
season. We cracked Devontae Adams.
That I remember. That was.
I
that
was like,
shit
there's
was wild.
no way he's coming back in the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way. And then literally not even a few minutes later you see him. I was like, nah, there's no way he passed concussion protocol. Absolutely not.
No,
yo.
but that's also why I say it's rigged, because they're definitely letting players play. They're not really. Sorry, edit that out. They're not 100%. Not 100%. We seen that man go down. Like we seen that ankle go left.
Yep.
That was a right ankle.
Yep.
Like, no, it's just wild. So, and to see them go back, and you can tell. Sometimes you can tell they're not like all the way there.
Yeah.
Like AB wasn't all the way there for a minute.
Still
Or he
not.
still, yeah.
Still not.
So
No
it's
way,
just
man.
wild to me.
Yeah, that one happened to Mahomes too.
Yeah.
He got cracked.
Yeah.
He collapsed.
That
So,
that
like,
one was rough.
Sadness. And then, we didn't even mention it, but aside from our picks now, what we talked about off air was the fucking mess that was the Pro Bowl.
The Pro Bowl.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch it. I was,
First, the skills showdown. Like, I
had a
sent y'all
Sunday
a
where I could
video,
sleep,
like
I
a little
slept.
snippet video of like the best catch competition. Like it was like their equivalent to like an NBA dunk contest. Like these dudes were just jumping onto like little
Performance surgery over
platforms,
there.
like it was gymnastics class.
That was just horrible. That
Catching
part
balls.
is just like you was mentioned earlier. The Diggs thing was honestly the only thing that was like, all right, that was cool. I like watching that. Besides that, it's just like that's something any one of us can do.
Jumping off a truck onto a table. No, catching
Like
a ball,
parkour?
jumping off a
Parkour.
truck on the table. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
That's-
a parkour
that-
shit.
that's-
Yeah.
Parkour.
I guess they were trying to make the best out of a bad situation, but the other
Uh-huh.
events were cool. Like I like the QB passing, like
Yep.
accuracy thing with the
Mm-hmm.
cornerbacks trying to stop them.
That's what I
Dodgeball
like.
was cool. That's a
I like
nice
that
little thing
too.
to throw into a fucking all-star game, I guess.
Did you see they were
Yep.
saying that Pro Bowl should just be the two lowest teams fighting over like the top draft spot?
People actually watch that.
I
People
would
watch that.
actually wouldn't mind. Like that's not a
Then
bad
that's a-
idea.
It's a toilet bowl.
Well, I
but,
mean,
yeah.
that's an extra
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
That's an extra game for these guys that are already hurt.
Yeah.
So you got to think about that too, because this is the one sport where it's like you can't have the All-Star game in the middle of the year because niggas are too fucking hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, no, because you also don't want to risk anything happening in that game that would fuck up the rest of
Right,
the season.
exactly.
Yep.
Like
So, yeah.
basketball, soccer, hockey, you can make it look somewhat competitive. But football, is just, there's so many components to that shit where it's like somebody
Mhm.
could really get fucked up.
Yeah, that was criticized. That Pro Bowl was super criticized.
Yeah, it was a fucking two-hand touch.
Yeah.
Like,
it's-
bro, like I don't know where you go with that.
The season is just weird.
I don't know where you go with that going forward, and think that people are really gonna tune into a two-hand touch game.
Yeah, especially something like that is just
Like, you fully padded up, bro.
yeah.
Fully padded, and you out here touching me. It didn't seem. It seemed really weird, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it was weird.
It was.
I mean, it sounds weird.
And like when they changed like the one, I still don't know what happened when they made the alterations to like that 4th and 15 thing. It's like after you score a touchdown, you can go for a 4th and 15 to get the ball. I know I looked up at one time. I was like, yo, how the hell they got the ball back? They just had it.
That make no.
Was there an
fucking sense to me.
interception? I'm
makes-
like, yo, this is mad interception.
That makes no fucking sense to me. It's some pee-wee bullshit.
I was like, nah.
That
I
actually
don't wanna be
happened during
involved
your
in it.
game because I remember I looked up. I seen it was a touchdown. I looked back down. I'm doing shit. I looked back up. 0-0. I was like, what the fuck? Wasn't there? I'm like, did I? What just happened? Yeah.
Yo.
Two-hand touch, full pad, two-hand touch, or some bullshit. What?
Some of those moments are just like, wait, what? Didn't this just happen? Did we like just what? What the fuck?
Yep.
So that yeah, I don't know
Shit's
what you
bananas.
do going forward. To me, I'm just like I find a way to just cancel this.
What Pro Bowl?
Yeah. Like, how do you
Yeah.
even call that a Pro Bowl? It's a fucking disgrace to people with the name with pro in it. That's what it is. How dare you use my name in that shit? And with this monstrosity of a fucking showcase of athleticism. What are we talking about here?
I feel like I've watched a couple
Oh,
of
it's a
Pro
debacle,
Bowls
is
that
what it
were
is.
actually cool to just have in the background watching, but I just
Yeah.
it's not the same anymore. I don't know.
Who
It's
wants to
fucking
be called a
weird.
pro with that shit?
No.
Disgrace.
Yes.
Disgrace.
Disgrace.
It's malarkey.
It's malarkey. Oh, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. It's fucking
Buffoonery.
malarkey is what it is.
Blasphemy.
It's tomfoolery. It's buffoonery. It's a cacophony of crap. What it is.
Cacophony of crap. I love it.
Yo.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
aside from that, there's also I don't know if you guys do it, but I also like to do the prop bets during the Super Bowl. Now, one that's the most fun for me, I guess I'll just ask y'all, is the national anthem.
Oh yeah. How long is it gonna last?
How long is it gonna last? I think it's what, 50 seconds? No, 60. It usually goes the number.
I don't
Who's
even
singing
remember the
it?
average.
That's a good question.
They
I
still
don't know.
don't know.
When I find that out, I usually make my pick.
Ooh,
at that
by
point.
the way, Brandy I think killed it.
Mary J.
For-
Blige.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Because
I was
it's
gonna
always good. The R&B singer with something to prove.
Mary J.
She's gonna
Blige.
belt it out
I'm
for a
gonna
couple more
go
seconds.
Mary
That's
J.
gonna determine the fact.
Isn't Dr.
Wait,
Dre
who's-
doing the halftime show?
Yeah, but that's neither here
Nah,
nor there.
that's
So
not. That
Mary
doesn't.
So
J.
Mary,
is
no,
gonna
Mary's
go.
not gonna do double duty.
I don't think.
No,
she-
she'll just do that.
What and not do the halftime show?
She'll be part of that. Well, she will.
She's gonna do national anthem and
She'll
halftime
probably, she
show.
has like one song with Dre.
She's greedy. She's
Two
greedy at that
songs
point.
with
Yo,
Do you
stop.
think she's gonna do the national
We don't need
anthem in
that
the
big of a
middle
check.
of the game?
What are
No,
you talking
and,
about?
it's gonna be.
No,
wait,
that's
did
selfish.
They, wait,
You
did
gotta
they
have
announce
somebody
it?
else. No, we can look it up.
remember.
Don't we look it up?
Yeah, look at it.
But you know what they're doing now? I think that it was the Super Bowl. I don't remember what was last year's Super Bowl, but they had to change it up because they had somebody on the outside listening to, damn,
Outside of what?
like the sound check.
Oh, okay.
So somebody recorded it, so they say because it's supposed to match the exact number of seconds. So they were
Yeah.
able to do that bet. So they had to. I don't know if they changed something around, or I think the betting sites removed that portion of the bets. I don't remember if that's how
yeah,
it
because that
happened.
would. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Because people bet on everything.
Yeah.
I always remember the Gatorade was one of them.
I didn't even think about
Gatorade color.
betting them.
Yeah,
Do that. What else?
Gatorade color. Obviously the main.
Damn, I'm kind of mad I didn't bet on these things. I mean, I still have
For
time.
real?
Yo, deadass. Yeah.
I've heard
Well,
heard
Gatorade
of the
color
national
is gonna
anthem.
be
I didn't know about the
orange.
Gatorade color.
Yeah. Whenever.
Oh, that gets spilled on him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoever wins and they get the Gatorade thrown on them is like, all right, they bet what color it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be purple.
I'm calling yellow.
gonna
I feel like it's yellow most of the time.
It's gonna be G0.
G0.
Oh,
mean-
you want to talk about,
Green apple.
bro?
Strawberry kiwi, man.
I talked about it on Twitter the other day. I fucking found a lime cucumber. That's a real
Lime
thing.
cucumber?
Lime cucumber is
Oh,
actual
shit.
flavor of Gatorade.
You know their passion fruit is bomb as fuck.
Let
I
me tell
went-
you what isn't bomb.
It's good.
Lime cucumber. I had that shit in a
know.
moment of weakness.
Sounds like it
I
might
had
be-
cotton mouth, and I went to 7-Eleven. I was like the
Oh.
only thing there. I thought
Yeah.
it was just like a special like blend of lemon and lime.
Mm-hmm.
Got home,
The cucumber would have thrown me off though.
cucumber. I'm like, what is this? I thought I thought somebody was a fucking prank. I thought some kid put some shit in it. I looked at this fucking lime cucumber, bro.
Their mango
Yeah,
one.
It's a real thing.
Their mango one is actually pretty good too.
Oh no.
No, their mango one, it's whatever. But that passion fruit one, I was.
I didn't even know they had
tasted like fucking.
Yeah, I seen it supermarket. No, it was bodega that had it, and then there's a supermarket by me that occasionally has it, and I was buying like in bulk during a certain point. I was like, get all these.
Nigga, my shit tasted like fucking iguana ankles. Like that shit
Did-
was fucking nasty.
Yo.
Mickey Guyton, Guyton, is singing the national anthem.
Oh,
Who?
yeah, fuck that
Mickey
is.
Guyton.
No sé.
That's all I got.
Sorry, you're gonna probably get criticized.
I don't
have no idea
know
who
who
that
it is. Yeah,
is.
Mickey Guyton. She released a debut
Oh,
album.
she. I thought it was he.
Yeah, could
Oops.
be. She got a Grammy nom for best country album of the year, so she got a country singer. So country, it's a country singer.
Country
Okay,
singer.
so it's not gonna be elongated one.
Won't be
No.
long. It's gonna be straight to the point. Basically,
A little bit, but.
I don't
not
want to
crazy.
say, but let's just say there's gonna be no seasoning on the song.
No. not at all.
It's gonna be plain. So
Yo.
I would say under 60 seconds. Under
Under
60.
what?
Under 60.
60?
Under 60 seconds.
It's gonna be straight to it.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna hit no
Yeah.
high notes.
No.
I mean, I've never heard her sing. She's Grammy nominated country.
Wait, how
got some
long
skills.
is
Guitar.
just the original song?
It depends.
I don't
It
remember
depends.
The average of that one.
It starts when she belts out the first. No, we ain't gonna do that bullshit intro.
I know. I feel like that she
minute.
could go. Who did it?
Oh,
What's her
shit.
name?
I was
The
trying to think about like yo.
the
wait,
uh,
not
girl,
average
the
time.
girls don't cry or whatever.
Fergie.
Fergie. I feel like might pull
Yo.
Fergie.
Fergalicious.
That was one of
That was
the
horrible.
funniest moments.
But I
you
feel
ever-
This country chick better not go clout chasing.
She might. She might. I don't know.
Yeah,
She
man.
This
might.
country girl better not go clout
Nah, she's
chasing
not gonna
for
do
some
that.
shit, trying to pull a
Nah,
Fergie out there.
Fergie.
No,
She
but there
won't,
might
'cause
there might be
everybody
like
sees how-
one fucking
I'd
riff.
totally be here. I would be here for the cartwheels. If she does the cartwheels while singing
cartwheel?
the national anthem,
Yeah,
are we?
that
You find a video of her ass doing cartwheels
Dude.
during Good Morning America.
Dude.
Oh, Lord.
No,
Oh
damn
my
well
God.
6:30 in the morning. Ain't
Dude.
nobody trying to see a cartwheel that early in the goddamn morning.
Oh, say, can you
Yo.
feel me?
No,
Yeah.
that was horrible.
All right, so we got
Yo.
that under a minute. I'm gonna say under a minute with her.
I'm trying to see what's the average time. Pink had in 1 minute 53 seconds. Alicia Keys did it in 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
Okay,
Damn.
so what? All right, I gotta change mine.
You
It's
gotta
more than
change
a minute,
yours.
yeah.
You gotta change yours.
Shortest
Alicia Keys
was
came
in.
with the piano.
Yo, yeah, because she has to hit it, yo.
Yeah.
She has to. I fucking love her.
She had a solo.
The
midway.
drama king. The
What was-
drama
what was
queen
the
is
shortest?
in the building.
The shortest is Jewel finishing the anthem in 1 minute and 27 seconds.
All right. So,
She might be around Jewel, so I would say a minute
All
and a
right, so
half,
let's-
under a minute and a half.
Cap. 1 minute.
Cap. No, we got change the variable. We got change
That's a country singer, right?
Yeah.
Jewel?
145.
Jewel is
No,
more-
the country singer. that-
145, 150.
Nah,
As the
probably-
Compared to
probably like
Jewel?
one-
I would say about the
130.
same. No,
No,
I,
'cause-
see, I'm
No,
saying
'cause-
130.
Similar.
Because the average is looking like what 152.
Yeah, but no. Okay, listen to the names. Do you remember Jewel?
Love you.
Yeah. His face is so
No,
cute.
not
I can't.
that Jewel.
No, but
that Jewel. I know Jewel. Oh, not the Jewel like a vape. Come on, bro.
Oh, shit.
What kind of guy you think I am? I know.
No, but his face, he just
I
felt
know my
so.
90s music superstars.
You look so like
Yeah.
offended. So no, there's Jewel that was like
Yeah.
120 something. Then you had Alicia Keys at like 230, and then Pink
Yep.
at 150, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking 130.
under.
Yeah,
I'd say probably like.
140 under. There you go.
If she bring a guitar with her, then it's gonna be shorter.
I think
Nah, I think the guitar might make it
she's
longer.
not going to go
How dare
like a
you.
riff. No,
Jewel
slash.
brought a
shit.
guitar with her, and she's the shortest one.
Oh,
so
I
get your
didn't know
fucking
that.
facts
Oh
straight.
yeah, that's right. Actually, I forgot.
I know who Jewel is.
So angry.
Because you guys.
No, but
good.
you're saying that
Sounds
the
good.
country singer's gonna be longer than her.
Look,
I think it'll be the same.
I was part of the Jewel fan club. I was a jeweler.
You were a jeweler.
I was a jeweler.
Nah, Jewel has some shit, yo. Jewel has some shit.
Jewel had some shit, man.
No, she did.
Fucking jewel.
Back in the day, bro.
Yeah, and Pink does gets a
I knew that
little
song.
gets a little crazy. So I'm thinking in between. If she hits over Jewel, I think it'll be in between. I don't think she's gonna go over 150 though.
Okay.
Nah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna show.
I don't think so.
Halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
Does Kendrick diss Drake during the halftime show?
I don't know if he wants to do that when after the
Kendrick?
whole-
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
They didn't want to bring that negative, bro. Cause
Oh,
started up.
did you see? I'm so mad. I should have bet on. No, actually,
Oh.
there's a
Now you got
bingo.
me thinking.
There's a bingo card, and in one of the cards that I saw, but I'm gonna be working, so I'm not gonna be able to play. Lose Yourself is on it.
Oh wow.
Lose Yourself is gonna play.
Yeah,
That's definitely.
yeah.
gonna play.
that's
gonna play.
definitely. I was trying to look for like a bet for it,
yeah.
but it's only on
Gotta
that
play a little bit California Love.
That has to happen.
Gotta play a
Yeah.
little bit just to shout out Pac.
card. Yeah.
Maybe play a little Gin and Juice, maybe.
Yeah,
Or maybe
yeah,
just
'cause you got-
or
you
still
got Snoop
Dre.
there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Or still Dre.
Still
I feel like that
Dre.
has to play.
Still Dre.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
that has
play.
to play.
Gin and Juice. I don't know if that would play. It is Super
Do
Bowl.
you guys know? But nothing but a G thing. You don't think
Yeah.
that?
I think so.
I know that could play.
I think you
Cause
have to.
Snoop and
Yeah.
like,
Possible.
that has to happen.
You gotta make it happen. It's classic. And then I was always thinking about what Kendrick song is gonna play. Like, what's that one that's gonna play?
I feel like they have to play like
Yeah,
humble.
yeah.
Usually anything he does is like something like that.
Humble. I can see humble. That's his.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
that
know.
one that's like a halftime type feel.
Because I don't know if he's
He
gonna
can
go
play
like
all
he
right.
did.
If he wants.
Yeah, but
to.
the political
Yeah.
implications behind it. I don't know if that's the
I
thing he
mean,
wants to.
but Super
Yeah, but
Bowls,
if he wants to do
Super
that,
Bowl
bro.
halftimes have been political before.
Right, but
Beyonce
but
changed
the
that
whole
shit,
theme.
too.
I don't know. That song is okay, but when you're playing nothing but a G thing before it, you're like mixing
Yeah.
signals in there.
It'll probably be in the mix. And honestly, I don't think Kendrick would even.
Because they gotta give him a list or something. Because it'll be like when he did the that awards show where he performed. What was it?
On top
the
of
Triple X
Cop
song.
Which one?
The one that was like real. They was talking about like he did the whole police brutality, like the actual imagery.
Oh
like that.
yeah. Didn't it end in fire or some shit? No, I think I'm mixing another performance, but I remember the one you're talking about.
He was on top of a cop car.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, some crazy shit. But yeah, I don't.
For Super Bowl.
I don't think it's gonna matter. I feel like he's definitely gonna do some political shit
'Cause,
for
yo,
sure.
People already
Most
had
of his
a
music
problem.
already is.
Remember the one with J Lo? So many people had a problem with that.
What, the J Lo and Shakira?
Like when they said like the strip club and everything like
Bro,
that.
There's always gonna be issues though.
it's they always find something. Just like that was too sexual. This is gonna be too much hip hop. What is this?
I can't wait for that,
why are
bro.
my children seeing this or being exposed to this? This is not what football's about.
Yeah.
I mean, they felt that way about The Weeknd too.
I was just about to bring that
Oh,
up.
yeah.
I mean, The
Yeah.
Weeknd, it was a coke-filled night. That's pretty much what he did.
Yeah.
And
all these
yeah.
mirrors and shit. The parents would complain about all the
Yo.
mirrors.
Dude, that shit was crazy.
it's just a fun house. Shut up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but then you go all the way back to fucking Janet Jackson's nipple,
Yeah.
which that was a second of a nipple. Like, ain't nobody.
I completely
Yo,
missed
was
that.
Prime time.
I saw that shit.
But then when I looked at the screen, he was doing this to her. He was holding it. So I was like, "What's happening?" No, he wasn't holding it. She like,
her career too.
yeah, it did. So,
They
but
got
not
a big problem
majorly.
with that.
Yo, JT, he got lucky, bro. He got
Oh,
lucky.
yeah.
Because he could have been one of them dudes that got canceled
Mhm.
and had to, be quiet for a little bit before coming back out. Definitely would have affected his career. He got lucky. That he-
Well, I mean, I don't think he got lucky. I
Yeah.
think he's just a white man
No,
who
but
makes
social
pop.
media.
Nah, social media would have canceled him if that
Oh,
happened.
oh,
That's
you
what I
mean
mean,
in
like-
that case? Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
like
Sorry.
in that era.
Well, they're trying to cancel him now for it, or
Right,
a
right.
few
Which
months
is,
ago.
I understand that, and that's completely cool. But had it happened like in the past 5 years or so,
Yeah.
But I feel
been
like
done.
no matter what,
Oh,
he
for
was
sure,
he
yeah.
was gonna be in the bad no matter what, because look, when it already happened, people were like, "Oh, you didn't defend her, you didn't try to help her," and then went like different routes. Like that shit was everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
it
when
just
people-
wasn't as
So it was
important
like-
as it is today, I guess.
Like you said, he was gonna get.
He was gonna
that
get his
canceled.
either way. He was hoping it was gonna be slid under the rug, or swept under the rug, and people would just forget about it. But motherfuckers remember.
I
Kind of like
don't know, I
the
felt
fucking
like it was
like the Rogan
planned.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh
You want
God.
you want to talk about that?
I
Or?
was having a conversation with my boys about that one.
Yeah, we can get
Might as
into
well,
it.
yeah. Might as
He
well get
put
into
out
it.
like 2 different statements.
Yeah. Did y'all see the apology?
2 that made no fucking
It's
sense.
just-
I didn't watch the
Well,
whole
like a
thing.
minute
I
of it.
refuse to. I have them.
Barely.
I have them ready,
It was
but
BS. That's all I know.
BS
It's-
apology sucks.
first 2 seconds, I'm like, just like the 2 Chainz album, like this is bullshit. I'm done.
Well, look, real
was
talk.
like,
Let me
yeah.
ask. Oh, yo, do y'all think he's racist?
I don't know, man. It's tough to really kind of like give the generalization of it, because you can't say what he surrounds, because there's been plenty of under the radar racist people. Do I really think so? No, but it's like I told my boys, at the end of the day, you know what you said.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like it's cut and dry. You know what I'm saying? It's like whether he was doing it in a certain type of sense that he was trying to be a racist, like, but it's like the context of some of what he said, bro. It's like there's no debating that. You got to take it on the chin at this point, bro.
Oh yeah, to me
That's
it's not
it,
even
man.
the word. It's the other stuff. It's the Planet of the Apes comment that he
Big,
made.
that is the main
But
one right there.
no, but the shit to me that was wild is that he apologized for it, but then goes on the podcast or does some shit. No, I think it was Power, where he is on there talking about, what was not caught was we were talking about the movie and then it misconstrued.
Damage
What?
control.
You were not talking about no fucking movie. Oh, well, they want to be called black, but their skin color. The apes in that movie have fur, nigga. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, it was a
Skin?
bad judgment
Like,
call.
come on.
Like I don't want to say racist. I want to say definitely ignorant.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying
For
last
sure.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were saying last week. You're right.
Mhm.
Definitely ignorant more than that than racist. I mean, not just because he's had a bunch of black people on his show and whatever, because he hangs with black comedians and all that. I just don't think he's that racist. I think it's just, but it goes to show you how many people behind closed doors probably talk that same fucking way.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like a regular thing to them. But now it's just like with the way our society is nowadays, it's like you really got to watch what the fuck you say, or you really got to get rid of all the shit you said 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Motherfuckers are really wiping out their social media because they don't want to get caught, because they know somewhere down the line they said some shit that's going to offend somebody, and God forbid they get into a higher position in the future and that shit comes back at them. Because that's what all this is. Joe Rogan has just become so much of an influential person that his crazy ideas on certain topics can really sway motherfuckers a certain way, and all these political people are trying to do what they can do to just find dirt on them.
See
what
what-
happens when you get hot.
That's cool. I agree, but at the same time,
my
he
boy
still
said
said
that.
those words.
Oh, I still said that shit.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. End of
Because
the
you
day,
said that
still
last
it.
week, and I looked at
But-
you. I'm like, but he's. Oh
No,
my God, let me
because-
not get into
but,
it.
No, real talk. If it
Yeah.
wasn't that, it would have been something else.
That's exactly one of my.
Yeah.
When they
I
want to
get
find
that,
dirt on
yeah.
you, they will find dirt on you. And if they can't find it, they're gonna set that shit on you. They'll plant it on you.
Yeah.
Bro, and that.
No,
that is
I
impossible,
agree with
bro.
that. I agree with that. Yeah.
Corruption,
Yeah.
scandal, conspiracy. That's what this episode's about.
Yeah. Oh, for 1,000%.
Just like what you guys were talking about earlier, bro. They can set
It all
everything up no
connects.
matter
It all
what.
fucking connects.
I feel like you say things certain times where you have it in your mind, like that's gonna be a clip or a caption.
No, I don't.
Because I definitely see the next. All right. Anyway, sorry, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's racist. I would say he's like the in-betweeners that they're like, yeah, I have black friends, but anything past that, no. Like I think he's like tolerable. Like that's it. He tolerates us.
He's just
and
one of
that's
them
about it.
dudes. I mean, and he's been in Hollywood, so he's been around a bunch of different types of people. But at the end of the day, he's probably just comfortable with his own set of friends that have their own set of values. Because those are a lot of people that have been on his show countless number of times. Like, this motherfucker's got thousands of episodes of that podcast. And a lot of them dudes have come back like 7, 8, 9 times. Like, more than that, double digits. And just talk shit. So there's hours and hours of footage where he's just, like, probably drunk or on ketamine or whatever. And that doesn't excuse it either.
Yeah.
But it's just like shit gets said. Sit here too. Like
But
shit
it's
will
like
get said.
but it's real shit though.
It's real shit, and it's fucked up. And it's, of course, in the time and age that we're in now, it's just taken way too far, and this can really get you canceled. I mean, I don't think Spotify's gonna cancel him. I heard
They
taking
took out hundreds
Yeah,
of
they
episodes.
out of 1,000. It makes no difference.
No,
That's
it's
not
not
gonna
gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna take him off because I don't even think his contract is up
Although
anyway.
I think that they for this month they took him off the UFC fight.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's enough
Which
minorities
totally
in
makes
there.
sense.
I
I'm
get
actually
it.
surprised at that.
I think
Really?
it brings more fans in.
Just because of how the UFC is and operates, you know, it just especially
True.
when things got into different political ways, you know,
I
behind
can
the
see
scene.
that. Yeah.
That's why I just didn't trust him to do something like that. You know, honestly, you know, like I'm saying, like we all watch UFC, but it's just like,
I mean, someone else is in their pocket, man.
Yeah.
So it's just
So,
who has the more money
Again,
to
the
influence.
money,
Yeah.
The
know?
sponsors probably that or people that have some type of ownership in UFC probably be like, shut that down. We don't need him right now.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt our brand.
Because it's like you guys were talking about before with the boxing and UFC. Because the thing is, even UFC is more consistent and everything like that. They still don't make the type of money that boxing makes.
Right.
And that's the thing that's crazy about that. So if you have anything, like you said, with sponsors or anything, all they got to do is make a call like, listen, get them out.
Get him out.
Or we're pulling out.
Yeah, and you can
That's it.
tell me. Look, I mean boxing too, but you see how many goddamn logos is on the goddamn ring.
Yep.
Them motherfuckers need the money.
Yep.
You know, and it's all about money anyway. So
Advertisement is everything,
come
man.
on, ads are everything, bro. We see it
Yeah.
out here. You go to Times Square, you see that shit.
That's it. It's all about catching attention, catching eyes, especially from tourists.
Yeah. Which I
want
gotta
people.
figure out how much it take to put fucking billboard on Times Square.
A whole lot of money.
I seen some artists do it. They just say it's a nice thing to show off.
That's
That's cool.
I say that's definitely a couple years salary right
It
there.
probably is.
Yeah,
It's probably
for
not
sure.
worth it. I'd probably charge by the second.
Yeah.
Because look at the Super Bowl. If you want to add on the Super Bowl, that's millions of dollars.
Bro, that's
So
some
imagine
shit, too.
Times Square where everybody's there.
Yeah. Oof. Just the airtime on there. Fucking
Good
wild.
thought though.
Mhm.
It's definitely a good thought.
Never
I'm
know.
curious. Something I'm gonna look up for real.
Where do you want to go
Person
from
that-
here?
Let me see. All right, so that any other thoughts on Rogan with that shit going on with cancellation?
It just
It is what it is.
it's like kind of the thing is for me is like no matter what, it's like I was saying in the group text with my boys is you just know better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like no matter what any of us says, you know when you thread the needle on certain things. So you know when you push the bar. And for me, that's like not one of those situations where I'm just talking about some type of things. That's pretty much you're offending a group. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I don't even want to talk about when it comes to like gender situations because that's a different
Yeah.
circumstance. But then when you're the African American culture is like that's never been acceptable. And the thing is, you see so many people try to like kind of like, oh no, but it was meant in this way and it was this in this type of context and things like that. You know, it's just how he said it, especially the Planet of the Apes thing, involvement with all that is like, bro, you knew what you were doing, man.
Yeah.
Like,
He's been
I'm
doing
sorry.
this for too long. So any excuse of context or drugged up or whatever, no, I'm sorry. There's nothing. There's no excuse. You've been doing this long enough.
Like when we were
should
younger,
know.
it's more crazy because we just say shit when we were younger.
Yeah.
But bro, you're a grown ass man, and it's not like you're senile or
Yeah,
dementia
man.
or something like
Nah,
that.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Like you're fully aware of what you're doing, and then on top of it, like whoever is in charge of editing that, I'm sure Rogan has placed some part into it, and that was still okay to put out.
You know, life's podcasters, they
That's
kind of
what
just
I
leave it
thought
as
that.
is. It's like, yo, just let it roll. And it's like, okay. And this was, if this really was 10 years ago, like it is, because it's those early episodes,
Mm-hmm.
you got to think about, like, how, like, Twitter was the wild, wild west. Like, motherfuckers
Yeah.
were really saying any and
Yeah.
everything.
This is
Wild
true.
fucking shit back in
This
the
is
day.
true.
So there's a podcast form, and it was just new at the time. So they was doing the same shit. It's like, if it wasn't in podcast, he probably would have let it off in tweets. Motherfuckers were saying wild shit.
Yeah.
And it's not like
Yeah.
what he said wasn't the wildest shit you ever heard either. I'm not excusing it
No,
at all.
no, I understand. Yeah.
But it's just like people have said a lot worse too.
He's still a white man who shouldn't have said it at all.
Absolutely.
Especially
at the end
on
of the fucking day.
air.
But will
Yeah.
he really get hurt after this? No, I don't think so. Spotify knows it's too much money to lose.
Think about it. Look at all the followers he has.
Look at
Yeah.
all the fucking followers. And not the,
Streams.
Yeah.
before even all that
It's
shit,
money, man.
he is the only podcast that would make me want to listen to what an astrophysicist would have to say. And that's saying a lot. You know what I mean? The people that he brought on there, because at the end of the day, it was just a podcast about a dude who wanted to know shit and asked experts in that field. He didn't want to talk to people that were bullshitters. He wanted to get actual facts. If he wanted to learn more about aliens, he contacted a dude who had previously worked at Area 51 and had told his whole story. Dope. If he wanted to hear about music, he'd invite music legends. It was that type of podcast in a sense. And I didn't mind listening to it for 4 or 5 hours because it'd just be him and the dude's like high as hell, whatever, drunk, doing whatever, and just talking like real facts. And that
Because
was,
you learn
was
the
cool.
stuff, you know.
It
things
was,
that
yeah.
you don't normally deal with.
It was when he started putting his own spin on things like his shit about vaccines and all this stuff, that misinformation, that's where it gets fucking dicey.
What
That's
was
kinda where it
sad, because I
steamrolled.
I didn't even, I saw India RE mention it, and then that was it.
Just some of his anti-vax theories, like, threw some people off. And it annoyed some
Yeah.
leftists, and that's where you get the theories of, like, who's trying to take him down.
That I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I could see.
Because it becomes a political thing.
Yeah.
Because someone with that type of pull and influence that can make you think, like, oh, I don't need the vax because Joe told me so.
Yeah, because there was, I wonder if it was on his, no. There was this science, oh, right here. There was a scientist that, was it doctor or science? I forgot what the fuck he was. I think he has his own podcast, or maybe he was on some, I don't know, Juan was listening to it. And he was saying some like, and it wasn't like misinformation because it was giving it, he was saying everything like for what it was,
Right.
but saying young people actually don't need this. It should really just be a certain group, but they're telling everybody to get it. But because I said that, I forgot, he said it somewhere that everybody's been trying to like kill him for it
Right.
since, for it's been like 2 years.
At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with that. You really shouldn't be taking these dudes. You shouldn't be
my
just
bad.
getting your information off of just one person. It's
course.
cool to listen to an astrophysicist or whatever, or engineer talk his shit and tell you something. But you should also like take the extra step and go get further research, because I'm sure it's just like subjective, or maybe it's opinion based. It may
Yeah.
not be completely fact, and that's where you got to do the research yourself. And the people that don't, that's what they're afraid of. That they might influence this guy to just, all right, whatever I hear on this Joe Rogan episode is truth, I'm not getting the vax, or everything that was said here is truth, I'm getting the vax. And that's what's scaring people.
See, but
That's
you're
what it comes down to.
But even the research itself is some bullshit.
Yeah, people don't know that because if they're just listening to that one person on there, they're just thinking that's what it is, and it's gospel, and that's where it gets dangerous, and that's why people are doing everything possible to find these videos and scrounge for this footage, because you really had to dig deep to get this shit.
No,
Like,
yeah,
this was
that's
planned.
for sure.
Niggas got paid, and they went in on this shit.
Yeah.
It's like 12 years of shit, right? Like
Yeah,
12
bro.
plus
Like
years.
you don't
Yeah.
just you don't just pull it out from being a casual viewer.
Right.
No, no, They definitely,
Listen, that is definitely a valid point.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
There's money
100%,
behind
you know?
taking this dude down,
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I
of
mean?
course.
So
No,
that's-
that I definitely agree with.
and that's where it gets
Yeah.
kind of dicey, because I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I'm sure there's plenty of other people that we respect that have probably said some crazy
Yes.
shit that has been
Yes.
hidden. But we
And
love
done
them,
some
or they're
crazy shit.
beloved by America. Who knows what the fucking Rock could have said behind closed doors that might get him in fucking trouble, or it's
But
recorded.
they were getting at him because of that, because of the Joe Rogan support.
There you go,
and that's
Dave
the thing.
Chappelle, mad dudes, David Goggins,
Right?
because they all fuck with him and they gave him a platform and shit. And
Because
me,
the only, oh, go ahead, sorry.
The last thing I'll say is, yeah, okay, I agree. He shouldn't have said all that shit. It's fucking wrong. He deserves some type of punishment. But at the same time, you can't stop someone from having their freedom of speech. Because if you stop that, then you got to stop other people, and then it just becomes a whole shitstorm at that point. So Do I want to stop him? No. Is he ignorant for what he said? Absolutely, he should be punished, but can't stop someone else for their freedom of speech. You should be able to say whatever the fuck you want, even if it's fucked up. Because at that point, you face the repercussions, but it shouldn't stop you from saying whatever you want. And that's what this is really all about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess with that one is like I understand what you mean. It's just especially with that one with the
Yeah.
when
I'm
it
really
comes
trying to focus, man.
Yeah, I feel with my fingers a little bit. But when you were mentioning the whole thing about the influencing
You could
factor,
try.
right now we all know what it is.
Yeah.
We're all very level-headed people. You know, like you described, as far as you shouldn't just bank and solely just have one outlook or any research just on one way, because there's always going to be something that's going to counteract something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But this kind of social media world, people are very, very easily influenced.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing when everybody was at the whole fake news this, fake news that, people were creating everything. And the thing is, you would seriously see people utilize some of these fake situations and like these theories and research that just doesn't make any sense. And it's just, you can literally, right now you can put anything on Twitter, whatever you want, anybody to kind of believe. And you get the right backing on that, or just the right retweet or something like that, people gonna save that.
Yeah.
They're gonna screenshot that. It's like, yeah, I saw it over here and I saw this.
Yeah.
And they're having a conversation with somebody who actually knows. Is like, no, that's asinine what you just told me.
Yeah.
Like, oh nah, I saw it over here. No, that's
Yeah.
bullshit. You
No,
know?
yeah.
And it's like, this is a problem. Like I said, people have their ways when it comes to how they feel about like the whole vaccination aspect.
Use that as a savana.
You know, it's just everybody has their opinion, and that's it. You know, like I said, it's not a judgment factor or whatever. It's just, for me, it's like when people say, "Oh, this is fucked up about this and that," I'm like, it's kind of those is like, you know, we have our beliefs. Everybody has their separate beliefs, and you know, just rock with it.
Yeah.
It's just, don't try to offend the next person if they feel otherwise.
Yeah, I
You know
think
what I'm
that's where
saying?
it becomes an issue with people. They forget that part. That,
know?
yeah, we can have different opinions, but we shouldn't go at each other's throats about it.
Yeah,
We gotta
'cause
be
I'm telling you.
respectful.
Well, I think that goes over a lot of people's heads because they get so passionate about whatever side they choose. But now that I know, because I was confused, I didn't hear anything about the misinformation until recently. I just saw the videos, and I'm just like, all right, he's ignorant as hell. And not that I'm not a fan or like was a fan of Rogan. Yeah, he's funny, but I never went out my way to. I'm not saying he's racist. I just feel like he's one of those that tolerates and is ignorant and had ignorant comments. But now that you're saying, like, now that I found out about the misinformation and you're telling me that, you know, what they're doing, and yeah, 100%. I just don't. To me, is it really misinformation if they're going out of their way to dig all this videos up? Like, he had said something that kind of
Well, the misinformation people already
hurt.
knew about, like that was a big thing because he was in the news about that before, about his whole stance on everything and what he did to, quote unquote, not catch COVID. Like, he had his own, like, he listed stuff. So people were like, oh, let me try this.
I thought that was a joke.
No, that was a real thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, what he should have said, I mean, I'm not a publicist and the dude's like, hey, this worked for me. Like, I'm not saying you should do this. And I'm sure he did in some form or fashion, but, you know, the media
People gonna
took
take
it,
it to heart,
they spun
yeah.
it a whole nother way and made it think like, no, this is what you should do to not catch COVID. And he ended up catching it or whatever at some point. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But it's wild.
I mean, regardless, everybody has, whether you're vaxxed or not. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
And but going back to your point with, you know, with information and how you can make things go one way or another, you can break it down to a more basic level, like fucking social media. You look at these fucking memes, people really live their life off of these fucking memes, and you could have it. You could have it make you feel one way about a certain thing, and then the next day you could find another meme that's the complete opposite that makes you feel something else. Like, I saw a meme one day, it's like, you ain't real if you ain't do it with your day ones. And then the next day I saw something saying, fuck a day one, just leave me with some real ones. So you get those,
Saw it
Yeah.
recently.
you get every day you get fed these, and people share, and if you're on long enough, you'll see different opinions of the same fucking thing, like loyalty, relationships. You should do it this way, then here they should do it this way. And I think like somehow or another,
Very
that's
factual statement.
damaging shit.
1,000%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's fucking
Very
with people's
factual
heads.
statement.
Because it's too much not just information, but it's too many opinions coming at all of us like all at once. So you see like the cliche, blood is thicker than water, but then you'll see a tweet or a fucking meme and saying like, you know, family's not chosen by blood, or, you know, blood doesn't make family, whatever bullshit. I saw that earlier. Yeah. And to me, I thought about it. I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny because there's a whole cliche, blood is thicker than water.
Yep.
But,
You can relate to the quote. I mean, just don't let it like overrule you.
I think some people
You
like
can't live by the quote.
They go crazy. Yeah, they live by it. They live by these memes. They live by these influencers and these celebrities that have these opinions. I mean, and everybody's, you know, do their own opinion, but at the same time, how it's almost like I mean, kind of like the chicken or the egg. It's like who do you blame? Do you blame the audience for not taking the shit with a grain of salt, or do you blame the celebrities for speaking their mind, which is kind of fucked up because they should be able to?
Yeah, but then some people say that you shouldn't speak your mind, just a celebrity, or just do what you do.
Which is fucked up.
You know, you're speaking your mind to your audience. You know, your audience should be able to understand. But
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes they don't want you to speak.
Yeah.
In Rogan's case, someone
just
with
do your job,
that much
man.
pull,
Mm-hmm.
he speaks, people are gonna listen. So it's like important for him to say something. Same with LeBron, like they're expecting LeBron to say something. But then
Or
when he
just
says
shut up
something
and play
that
basketball.
people don't agree with,
Yeah.
yo, shut up.
That
What
shit
do you
was
know?
wild,
Yo,
right?
that's wild.
We never
That
talked
was
about that. That shit was
absolutely
wild.
wild.
That what?
Yeah.
That.
Well, that chick that
when
said,
you saying that,
forgot who was
you
it?
know?
Or was it Candace? No.
Which one? Candace Owens?
Was it her? No, it was
This is
somebody
my
else.
occupation.
That
I'm a
said, just shut up
basketball.
and
I
play
get
basketball.
paid to play basketball.
No,
I'm still
what are you
human
talking
at the end of the day, and
Yeah,
I'm still
I'ma
going
still
through
speak on
life.
mine.
You know,
Yeah.
I just happen to be in a position where I make money, and I
Mhm.
don't live like others do. But I did live like that, so I'm trying to like help. You know, like I have this platform, and I can reach a broad audience.
Mhm.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
And
You
no
can't
matter
stop
what.
me from doing that. You can't. I'm an American. I
Yeah.
live in America, and
And no
if
matter
it's
what.
fucked up, I'm gonna say it's fucked up.
Yeah.
You're scrutinized for it no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Damn if
mean?
you do,
Like,
damn if you don't, man.
yeah, for real, man.
That's
Like,
true.
you know, if you want to speak about, like, let's just say LeBron wanted to speak out against
Shit's
China,
comfy.
and it's probably not in his best interest because the owners probably do business with somebody in China.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk shit about that, well, you're gonna kill a relationship, it's gonna fuck up some
It's
money,
already
which
happened.
comes back
It's
to
already
the
Yeah.
money,
happened.
which is
Yeah.
why these motherfuckers did not say shit when they had the opportunity to. Of course, LeBron wanted to stand up and say his true feelings, or maybe he did because he getting his check. So,
Nah,
what
I
can
give
you
him
do?
that. LeBron is one of those. He's gonna talk. You know, he's gonna say what it is. You know, he's gonna be scrutinized no matter what the case, and it's happened when he's on the opposing side, especially when the whole thing with the police brutality and other things like that. No matter what, you're gonna rub somebody the wrong way. No matter what, somebody's gonna get offended at some
you're the
point.
face of the NBA.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the
Let's
China
call it
shit is
spade a
when he
spade.
didn't
He's still
speak
the
out.
face of the NBA. So
Yeah,
like
hands down.
whatever he says, it's like he's backed up.
Yeah.
He's backed up. It's just the China shit. They didn't speak out, and I get it. They didn't want to fuck it up. Like, they did that shit with John Cena.
Mhm.
Remember they made that motherfucker, he fucking did the apology in Chinese, in Mandarin.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So it's
cannot
like, you know,
offend them.
because he had to be the company man.
You can't offend them, man.
Yeah, you know?
It happened. It
Just
happened
saying,
in
like,
the NBA
and it
already.
goes back to everything. Everything is just tied behind fucking
Mhm.
money. And it sucks, you know? But this is what it is.
Because there's stuff we're
Business,
just not
man.
gonna know.
It's a business.
It's a business, baby.
Sports is crazy, man.
Bro, it's
Sports is wrestling,
I
man.
want
That's really what it is. It's wrestling. It's
We're
all
just gonna keep
wrestling.
recording, fuck it.
That's the
everything's
way I view it.
predetermined, pre-planned. It's, you know, it's entertainment. We're in this entertainment world, man. No matter what they say, everything is for views. Everything is for clicks. Everything's for streams.
Do you believe that the NFL is balanced as far as talent? Like, do you feel like the AFC and NFC are balanced, or is it always like the same four teams that always make it? You know, there's a
No matter what, and the thing is, that is perfect what you just said. And the thing is, let's say for instance, if a team like the Dallas Cowboys were able to produce on a certain level, they would be kind of how like the Patriots were and other organizations. It's like Jerry Jones's money. It's supposed to be a dynasty like that. Like the
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys are supposed to be. They are still considered America's team.
Oh, I didn't
And
get to talk about the statement.
why
Damn.
is it so?
You
Okay,
know.
so now, for if you say that, why is it that nobody wants to go to Dallas? Or, like, people do go to Dallas and
Yeah,
they
no
don't end
folks.
up being what they are? Like, is it like they take the bag and then just fall back? Because there's lots of athletes that do that, and I'm currently experiencing that on my Knicks. You know, Randall taking a bag and just falling back.
Yep.
So is it like
Yep.
stars go over there, but they just don't pan out to be what what they're expected to be?
There's something with that team.
Because how is it exactly if he's not afraid to spend?
Yeah.
He's not afraid to go over any luxury tax and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But you
brand
have
new
to.
stadium. He's attracting everything. You know,
Mhm.
everything's like 5-star for all his fans, right?
Yeah.
He's putting a product on the field that he expects to be really great. But how come they're just not
Panning out. Yeah.
right? Like what's
It's
You know
got
what's
to
holding these
be
motherfuckers
something.
back from being that great?
The one
Yeah.
thing, always check to see who's the fall guy in any organization, because every team has one.
Yeah.
Every
yeah,
team
for
has
sure.
a fall guy.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing about it, Jerry Jones, like especially with that one, their fall guys always bring that coach that I feel. I know it sounds so stupid to even think about it, but they have some of these coaches that are like, you know, that they can go one or the other. You know, and what I mean, let's say like Belichick. You know, Belichick is just up.
Yeah.
If there's a bad season in New England, we don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like in college football, like Alabama. You know, they are gonna be
What are
there.
you doing? Go ahead.
Yeah, like you know they're gonna be there
Almost
in the
done,
national
almost done.
championship,
Yeah.
or at least within the top 4 teams every single year, because you know what, the scouting, the money involved. That's what we're talking about. Like Nick Saban. I had one of my people's was like, yo, I don't understand how somebody didn't try to poach him from the NFL to go to, poach him from college and go to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro,
I can see why
That
he doesn't
school-
want to do that though.
it's money. That school, he gets
He
paid
gets-
more
exactly.
than any NFL coach.
And he doesn't have to go through all that media and all that scrutiny. Like if he
Scouts do
loses,
it
he
all, bro.
loses. It's all good. Exactly.
Exactly,
Next,
recruiters, exactly that. Because you know what, you know, if you're coming out of high school,
you want to play for somebody like Nick Saban. He's a proven
you
winner.
know your
1000%.
career has not an easier, because you know what, they are game day ready coming out of college. Doesn't matter on the offense or defensive side, they are ready to play in the NFL. Look at Barkley. I'm a huge Penn State fan, so I knew Barkley coming into the league. I was like, yo, I used to joke around with all the Giants fans I know. I'm like, yo, don't get my boy hurt, you know. But the thing is, he's another one. I remember that game against it was Ohio State. He was not able to perform unless he had more time. It's almost like a quarterback.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the running back, yo, sometimes you just got to run downhill. He makes 2-yard gains look amazing, but it's just like, if you're not producing to the certain level, like you're a good pass catching back, but it's just like
He's
that's
still
another-
not. It's not everything. It's not 100%. You're not clutch. Like, it's just not enough good moments with him.
they're just not building good on that team in
And
general.
then,
Period.
and then again,
Yeah.
the media doesn't play a factor because you're putting that much more pressure on him
You know,
and
the New
him
York
trying
market.
to come back.
Yeah.
And mentally, it takes a toll to players. You know.
Yep.
Like me and Pro was talking about outside. Like some players are just not mentally tough to be in New York. They're
It's-
gonna be
Wow.
asking like some dumbass questions,
bro.
or they're gonna
man.
really trying to tear you down
They
while
testing
you're
you.
trying to perform.
Sonny Gray. I remember Sonny Gray when he
You
came to
know?
the Yankees, when he came from I think it was Cincinnati. Was it Cincinnati? I think it was. Came into New York, just didn't happen. With the media and everything like that, he just couldn't. The fans was
Media
on
is
him,
and
man.
fans are different here. Yeah.
When you're talking about, you said, like you guys mentioned earlier, like when it comes to
Fucking
the New York
brutal.
market, yo, the fans, they are verbal. No matter
Yeah.
what
turn on you.
sport.
You play good, you're good. You're held in
Yeah, everything.
high regard. But when you
losing, they cut you
underperform,
down.
you're gonna hear it.
Yep.
And the worst
That's
part
just
about
really
it
what it
is-
is.
Yep.
Yo, the worst part about it is with sports stars, they're the only people that have to deal with like press conferences, especially right after they lose.
It's in your contract.
You know what I mean? It's in your contract,
Yes,
which
in your
sucks too. People
contract.
don't know that too. It's in the contract, and that shit is kind of like real life Twitter if you think about it. Like, it's motherfuckers tweeting at you, reporters, but it's like they can just ask you right there. They can at you,
Oh.
like right then and there. It's not as verbally abusive as it could be on Twitter
Yeah.
because they don't get their ass kicked, but still.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, just imagine, like, yeah, you getting paid millions of dollars and shit, and you living a good life and whatever, but you got your ass whooped on national television, and now you got to talk about it like 30 minutes later, and you haven't even had your shower yet.
Yep.
You got
Yeah.
to talk about why your team. They ask you, why do you think you guys lost today?
Oh,
And you
yeah,
really got to
that,
sit down and answer that shit, bro.
that money isn't just for what they're doing, like the work that they're doing, the hits that they're taking. It's also for the bullshit that they got to deal with after when it comes with, to the fans and media.
Yeah, because the fans now, I feel like now they're taking it to a whole different level. Like,
Oh yes. for
Yeah.
sure.
once you're on the floor, you're really you're going off. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you go to a game and you're very close to the players, you're sounding off.
Like-
There's some shit that should be like,
Damn, I can't remember his name. Homie, when the 49er that he was walking up, get the towel on his head, he was crying.
Oh,
And he
Debo.
yeah, Debo, and then he literally
Yeah.
stopped and was crying. Those comments, the thread on that one, when I saw, I don't know if I have it saved still on Twitter. Brutal. I'm like, I could, and I'm looking and I'm seeing like, okay, these are actual fans. I went to some of the accounts. I'm like, you are fans. I don't know if I could ever be this brutal. Like, I just call Eli a lost boy. like, like I don't know if I could ever be this fucking brutal to my own team.
And Debo did his thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. I'm telling you.
I mean, it was
I don't be
'cause it
going
was
that
yeah.
overboard. Like, I'm a fan, and I sound off too. I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah,
on
Nick
Twitter.
shit.
Yeah.
But like, I call you a bum.
But that's regular
I call you a
shit.
fucking bum. Like, you're ass. You suck.
Yeah.
I'm never going at like their family. I'm never like
That is
telling
It's
them like, yo, like, this,
wild.
that, and the
Insane.
third.
Oh yeah, the stuff that
I'm
people
never-
say.
nah.
You deserve to cry because
Nah, you,
like,
you
oh, it's-
deserve this. You fucking,
Bro,
It's
straight
wild.
death threats.
Nah, hell no.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Man's
Because they're
family and
human
shit.
at the end of the day. And, it's
no.
just,
There's no need for that.
it's just like you go to work,
Yeah.
bro. Some days you have it at work, and some days you don't.
and you can clearly tell who lost money because
Yeah.
that it has to be.
That's another thing.
It has to be.
That's another thing.
Fantasy football and betting, you can see it right now. People wearing no colors, no team colors whatsoever. Remember you mentioned earlier about enjoying the actual game?
Yeah,
People don't enjoy the game anymore.
you don't. You
know
don't.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
Money's on the line no matter what.
I remember
Yeah.
fantasy football. I just had $20 invested in it, but it's like I no longer enjoyed the season anymore because I was constantly just worried about the matchup that I had.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yep.
week 16. It's like, whatever. I don't even care about my fucking Jets at this point. I mean, they weren't making the playoffs that season anyway, but still. It's just like I only cared about, I could possibly win this shit.
Yep.
That's it.
Money on the line, man.
So it's the money on the line. I'm like, I don't know. But I guess that does give it some added fuel, and I don't know. It makes for
Yo,
the
people
shit to
just
help
feel-
go round.
Social
Because if
media
it was
world.
just competition, maybe it wouldn't be that exciting. I don't know.
Oh, I was just thinking. I forgot to ask
It's
this
one of those
earlier.
things.
What do you guys think about the teams that never like the Bears? Yeah, what do you think teams like that like always lose that just have a shitty ass
Oh, the
like
Detroit Lions.
Well, they don't always lose.
they don't always lose, but
there's
like
teams. There's teams in every
are
sport
they
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 can
taking
never-
money?
that can never get over the hump and always get like these really good.
No, but that's my thing. I've always thought of that, but then we were talking about Flores and all that. I'm like, some of these teams are they making money for just not winning anything?
Yeah, they still make money.
Yeah,
they still have fan base.
No. Like
Oh.
Flores, like they told him here, we're gonna give you $100K each game that you lose, that you throw. That's what I'm also thinking. Like, I'm not saying that they never win it. You know, there's some of these stats, man, should be 0 to fucking 15. But I'm just saying, like, are they just not? Are they getting money for? Is this why you can't get over the hump?
The thing
Or you
is,
just don't care?
location is everything when it comes to
True.
anything like that. If you, no matter what, if you have the right location and your team still sucks, people will still come out. You can still get some type of revenue.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have like, let's say for instance, like an organization like, let's go basketball real quick. OKC.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. They lost players that are MVP caliber all around.
Oh yeah.
And you have certain players now that obviously up and coming, but if they don't start producing or they don't start building up, that's another team that's going to be sold off. You know what I'm saying?
Well, OKC, like, they groom their players, like those stars that you're
Mm-hmm.
talking
Yep.
about, that are now like the faces of the NBA. But that's,
Yeah.
but they also got a lot of draft picks in return, so they can build again and groom the same players and put them out and shit like that. So I don't feel like they'll ever be sold anywhere. I feel like they'll be just fine. But like dating back, just going back to what I asked X, I'm gonna ask you. You feel like the NFL is balanced as far as talent, like on each conference,
I feel like it's balanced on each conference.
or you feel like is it like the same 4 teams that always go to championship games and shit like that?
I don't know. I think it's going to change now with a couple of these quarterbacks like leaving. I think there's a whole new crop.
I
Yeah,
I
can't.
think that's going to change.
It's over. Yeah.
Like with
And if-
Roethlisberger and Brady
Brady?
out.
Yeah, that's it.
Bree's been out the past couple of years, but that's opening the door for new guys, and especially like Stafford going to a new team, proving his worth. You know, Mahomes showing who he is. Jimmy G maybe. Obviously you got Burrow.
Josh Allen too.
Josh Allen too.
Yeah.
So you got a whole new crop. Justin Herbert, right? So it
Damn,
should
Justin.
lead
It's
to
gonna be a
like
new NFL. Really?
yeah, it should
Yeah.
lead to like and dude from Cardinals.
God damn it,
Oh,
Daniel
Kyler
Jones.
Murray.
Yeah.
So with the whole thing with Kyler Murray, he unfollowed everything Arizona Cardinal related.
Oh, so
So he's talking about he wants to go somewhere else.
Think the Giants are gonna win something in the next 5 years?
I think I'll
Oh,
tell you
next
what,
5 years?
Russell, if
Sounds
they make it
possible.
happen,
I don't mind Daniel Jones.
I'm still
I
under
don't
the
know.
impression that Russell Wilson somehow
see.
gets a chance to be on the Giants.
You think so?
Yo,
I think
it's
so, and that
possible.
goes
Wait,
against
and
what I
that's
said
it.
before about them not having a black quarterback. But the guy,
Yeah.
It's
the guy is
possible,
half.
man.
Yeah,
Right.
because they we.
No, I
who-
think they had a black quarterback before.
Who?
They had Geno Smith.
yeah,
as
but
well.
that wasn't by chance. I mean,
Yeah,
that was by chance. I mean, they
That
didn't
was by
plan for
chance.
that.
No, but like when we picked up Jones over
you're right.
the other. Damn it, what was his
Eli.
name? Huh?
Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kurt Warner as a
That was a
quarterback.
gi- like I thought that was a
That was
given.
their attempt to get in the legend.
Yo, the
Sorry,
draft-
we're talking over each other. My bad.
Sorry, my bad. No, like the draft. When we got Jones.
Oh, Giants would pick. Giants.
Yo,
You guys
my
just don't
entire
understand.
everybody in my
This is New
job,
York
literally,
shit.
there was a collective sigh and curse words that followed the sigh. Everybody was just in shock.
But when you look at it now, though, it really didn't. You guys are in a better position because Dwayne Haskins didn't do nothing when he was in.
Yeah, he did.
Oh wait, we have to call him with the Commanders now, right?
Trueness.
What are we calling them?
We got to call him the Commanders.
Commanders, the Washington
Yeah.
Commanders.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the
that's what they're
Commanders,
called
yeah,
now?
Not the
Yeah.
football team.
The Commanders.
I heard that.
I just been calling
I heard
them
that Hove
Washington.
wants to invest in that. Well, I ain't here.
In
but
Washington?
I read that. Yeah.
They should. Their
Oh.
stadium's old as hell,
Oh.
man.
Hove wants to.
Why not? Sure, another business venture for him.
Yeah, you can get him money.
Why not?
Sean
Get
Carter?
money, man.
What?
Get money involved, man. That's all
It's
it is,
weird.
bro.
H to the
I
O.
just had to make sure.
When you can help you rebuild an organization
Jigga?
or help them out.
Why not, man? You never know. They're gonna
I
get
don't know if
attention.
it's gonna fall through or not, but that's what
I don't know
Well,
why
so-
that's such a random team. Is it random? Nah, I mean, I guess.
But also,
it's
like
gonna be-
there, like you said, there are like no black owners in there.
No black owners.
Mm,
It's
now
gonna be
that
a while
I,
before there is like a black majority owner
Yep.
of an NFL team.
Let's see, man. Root for
Yeah.
that.
It's gonna be a minute, but hey, this is how it is.
Overall, that's a good question, though. Like, if as far as like the NFL being balanced, like that's a very good question. You know, because we're gonna see it now. It's gonna transition. But the thing is, also, Patriots are still gonna be there because Mac Jones looks decent.
Oh, another guy, right? Mac
Yeah.
Jones. There's a lot of young dudes, man. So that's what really it's all about.
It's all about scouting and where you fit in because they were talking about Mac Jones associated to the Niners, like they were high on him. But me personally, I didn't want him because you already had Jimmy G. So the thing about it, I'm not saying he can't get out the pocket, but especially in college, it's like, why would I want a statue that could just move a little bit faster than the one that I already have?
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like they could get out the pocket, they can scramble. I'm not saying that they can't, but it's just like they stay in the pocket. You want to be a pocket passer, cool, but especially the way the game is transitioned, you need to be mobile. You have to. There's no way. You got to fight for yards. Not saying you got to take a hit. It's not like old school like that. You got to hit, break out, get your, 7, 10 yards. If you want to do like Mahomes, extend that all the way,
Right.
but you hit that ground so you don't take that hit.
A homie.
my homies.
I think we're gonna
So-
see, man. I think wherever Russell Wilson goes, I think that's just another, another new thing
Is he
for
leaving
us
the
to
Seahawks?
anticipate.
Man,
Did I miss
would love-
something?
It's
would
bound to
love-
happen,
I
'cause
would
of-
love
Oh,
him to
okay.
come
I'm
on.
thinking he's gonna go to the Giants. And that's the rumor. I mean, that's just me thinking.
I would love it.
But don't
Yeah,
be
y'all would love it,
surprised.
yeah.
I would actually purchase that jersey.
But
Can
don't
we
be surprised about
like
Derek
just
Carr.
knock on wood?
Don't be surprised about Derek Carr too.
Oh yeah.
would
He
welcome
can
that.
throw. He
I
can
would
throw.
welcome that.
Hey, why not? Wasn't
Derek-
Derek Carr already on the Giants?
Yeah, it was a different one.
Not the one that you'd want.
No, it was not.
Not the other brother.
Yeah.
Wrong car.
That was a broke down car.
No, it was funny because somebody
The wrong barber too.
I honestly stopped paying attention to the lineup that we have. I'm just like, I mean, I know Barkley, like I know Joe, like I just don't pay attention anymore because they're not like these old names that we had. Like you knew who Shockey was, you knew who Aussie was, you knew who these fucking people were, man.
You're going back to Shockey, jeez.
I saw.
Bro.
No, I lost my Shockey jersey. But
Jason
no, like
Sehorn.
you shut up. You knew who these fucking people were.
Jesus,
I don't
man.
even bother with this new.
I'm going back.
One of the first few Caucasian D-backs I've ever known.
For real, right? With swag. That's how you remember
Yeah.
him.
swag.
Yeah,
Jason
swag.
Sehorn was good, bro.
That's how you remembered him. He was like commercials and shit.
Aussie. No, damn it. I always said his name. Newman. Whatever.
Oh, Ocean.
OCU
Wow.
Manura.
Newman and Newman. I used to always say it like how Nemo says, anemone. Like, I'd just be like, I'll see, yeah. I had one of his jerseys too.
Yo, he's a big dude. I seen him
Yeah.
and Justin Tuck in person at Lowe's. Yo,
But
those
like
are
I was saying, like there's
huge.
just I don't know. So I just gave up. That's what I was talking about with somebody when they asked me about a judge and shit. I'm like, listen, I don't even really know my lineup because I just don't care anymore. Like it's not Strahan or Barber. Like it's not the same anymore, and I just don't care.
That's just part
Once-
of being a fan of the team. You know,
Yeah, like, I'm
you
just-
learn, you live.
I'm
you
on
grow.
downfall right now, man.
Nah, I understand.
I'm not gonna
bro.
stop being a fan, but this is like in my period of
But
time.
the
It's just
pain
like
of seeing your team lose over and over again.
Yo, it's not good. Feeling.
no, it's not.
You become numb though.
Yeah,
so that's the only
yeah.
good thing. Is like,
Oh,
all
yeah.
right, you don't
I'll
get
become-
overly pissed off because you're just like.
You want to
numb.
talk about
No.
pain?
What?
So you want to talk about pain?
Was it Knicks fan? Yeah, that's pain. I'm there with you.
bro?
Jets
Pain.
fan. You know?
Pain.
You're just
pain.
numb to that.
Pain.
I'm numb to that.
No, there are times where like, cause if the Jets game is on, I'm working, I'm watching it, and I'll text Pro, and Pro's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Damn."
Because I'm just not catching it. I'm so depressed about it.
I'm like,
oh,
no,
they
that
won?
was a
I'm
really good
surprised when
catch.
they win.
It's crazy. Mark Sanchez
was
held you guys
clutch.
down a little bit
Bro.
and then just went.
I was watching those. I was heavily watching the
Yeah,
Mark
I don't
Sanchez
even remember
years.
what he just literally just like disappeared. I mean, not
The
disappeared,
butt fumble.
but
I
like
saw that.
Bro,
it was just not disappear. His talent disappeared. It
To
was
this
just out of
day,
nowhere.
I don't understand it. The physics of it. The guy he looked like he ran straight, like as he was standing, like he didn't
Oh,
kneel down to
shit.
run. He was just running straight. But somehow the guy in
Bro.
front of him, who was bent over, see the guy was
Like
still the same
reaction
height as his
time. Oh
ass.
shit!
He
You're
was
already
just-
in the ass cheek.
He-
Oh
he,
shit!
He ran straight into an ass. Like how is the guy that tall?
bro, it's like
How-
wrestling,
Running
bro.
into
Like, how do you
somebody's
box
ass.
How you that much more taller?
He took a bump.
He took a, but he's like he didn't lower his head. He was running straight, his head up, like how you would regularly run, and he ran straight into another man's ass. How tall was that other man? It made
Like-
no sense to me. I
And
still,
Mark Sanchez is not a short dude.
he's not a short
No,
dude, so it made
at
no
all.
sense. That motherfucker wasn't 8 feet tall.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You were in the red. You're good. Continue.
I was a young Knicks fan. Dealing with Jordan in the '90s was bullshit. And then the other years, like those years with the Heat, the year we fucking made it to the
Oh,
finals with Allen
man.
Houston.
I never forget that one, man.
I was torn. Still
the,
torn.
The Knicks tape year, the
Torn.
Jeremy Lin saga.
Torn.
They just recently played on social media. Like
Tears.
it was that anniversary. They went through his like 10 game, like it was a like perfect Instagram.
Yeah.
Like they gave you the slide, gave you a minute of every highlight of every game. Where he just
he
killed
killed
shit.
it,
A
man.
lot of sodium
wild.
coming down
He
my
killed it.
face.
It was 9-1. Bro, 9-1. We talked enough about the Knicks
All right.
woes.
You want to get into music?
Yeah, because we already been talking for a minute.
Yeah,
So-
about sports and shit.
Yeah, so a lot of new music. I was lucky enough to hear the Nicki Minaj and Lil Baby single.
Lucky
What was it
to
called
hear?
again?
Do we have a
Lucky?
problem?
Do we have a problem?
Lucky to hear.
What you think about it?
I thought it was a good single, like single-wise, like stuff you'd hear on the radio. For
Mm.
Nicki Minaj, I think that's great because she needed a comeback type of joint to like really get her stuff going. I don't know what she was going with the single she dropped last year, or was it 2020? The Chun-Li and the other ones.
Oh.
But that didn't lead anywhere. Like there was no album behind it.
Oh yeah.
For the Chun-Li?
Like those two songs, like she dropped like a 2-pack. She dropped that and something else.
Just to keep everybody invested.
Yeah, probably.
And then
It
nothing.
is.
I guess it was just something to throw out there. Nobody really bit, so she kind of went back to the drawing board. So I think this with Lil Baby, who's a great feature, I think that's a solid verse.
Mhm.
I think it works, man. The beat is pretty much like every other beat you hear nowadays. It's kind of forgettable. It's kind of microwave, but it works.
Yeah,
Mm.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree about the beat.
Yeah.
Do you
Which
want to
kind of
go?
sucks, man. They all sound the same, dude.
Go ahead.
I can't understand it still, man. That's really what that is.
we
I
played it
can't.
back.
I just don't.
1,000
I'm just like you. I don't know where she was taking this. I mean,
No.
with me, the beat. I don't know about the beat.
Bruh.
I felt like that collab could have been on a different beat.
I agree.
And I would have been totally there for it.
And it's just a standard beat that you hear today.
And then I want to hear that rap from Nicki, like.
Right.
No.
And that's one of the things that kind of took me by surprise. I'm glad you brought that up. The
Like,
flow change.
yeah.
The apparent flow change. So she's conforming to what today's flow is.
Nah, like
Another legend.
Weird.
I get that you want to grow with the times and stuff, but still be you. Like there's still people that appreciate.
But do you
you
not
for
have
you.
to, especially when you're on a beat like that?
Yes.
It depends.
It's just,
I don't know.
Especially if you want the Little Baby feature, you might as well get a beat that Little Baby's comfortable with.
But at least I don't know. I will disagree. This is not a good single for her. I don't give a fuck.
Not a good single? You
No,
don't think it's going to work?
no.
Mm.
I mean, it'll work because Lil Baby's on it, but at the same time, like after we play it the one time, it stops and he goes, "What do you think?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm confused. He was
I
like,
mean, it's
yeah, me
just,
too.
what
We played it
direction
back and
like, is
just-
this gonna be? It's just a Lucy,
it's all over
right?
the
To
place.
me, it's just a Lucy, but it could probably be on a project.
Yeah.
You know,
Which I
And
Kinda
what
hope not.
direction are
Begging
you
for.
taking it as far as the project goes at this point?
If it's
when you
big
hear
enough.
something like that,
I hope not, just because I don't want a project that sounds exactly like that or close enough to it.
Well, you know how it is with these labels, and when there's money behind it, if it's big enough, they'll push for an
Because
album.
Yikes was fire.
And they'll make alterations for it.
I was cool with Yikes. This, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that was. Because the hook was cool, I guess, and it grew on me. The hook actually grew on me. Chorus, all that shit, it grew on me. The verses I couldn't get past. Even Lil Babies. I don't know.
Fair enough.
That song
But-
wasn't vibing with you.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Yeah,
But maybe it
happens.
was
do
just,
we have a problem?
Yeah, we do. But yeah, I mean, if it was just maybe the beat, because you had mentioned that if they changed the beat, maybe it would sound better. Maybe it would make more sense.
I'll tell you
I
what,
think
man.
so.
If you never know, one or two hot lines, it becomes hot on TikTok, and then the song goes
And
completely
there it
somewhere
is.
else.
Yep.
That's all it takes nowadays. This could be
Yeah.
her moment.
Yeah.
Social media bank, man. It happens.
Trust me.
True.
Like, so you know, I'll be sending you a video like, yo, look,
Yeah.
this was hot.
With a dope ass line from the song.
Right.
Yo, they're gonna be doing that. Do we have a problem? Someone's gonna make something out of that.
Yeah.
Make a dance or
Because
something.
that's my do we
Yeah.
have that song title? I just felt like the song should have been so much better. Do we have a problem? I don't know. I think that's a fire song title,
Fair.
Yeah.
and I felt like it just didn't rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Another single that we heard earlier, Diet Coke.
Daddy
Pusha T.
Cook. That you know, it's funny. So I just listened to it. I mean, it just dropped, but I just listened to it today, while we were setting up. Can't really remember anything about it.
So it's forgettable for you. Is
A
what you're
little
saying?
bit.
Okay.
Like that, while I was listening to it, I was like, all right, this is hard. But then maybe I just wasn't in like the moment to receive new music. It would have been maybe better if I listened to it earlier, when I was on my own and not, worried about setting up. But
I have vibes like that. Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
think
think
it's
like
like-
the specific moments, yeah.
It's
Mhm.
a classic Pusha T beat in a sense of like it's hard ass drums with a sound that you've never heard in your life before. That
The-
just ends up being hot. It's
yeah.
kind of like when I first heard Numbers on the Boards. When I first heard that shit, I think I fucking screamed.
This beat is done. This
'Cause-
beat is done by Ye and 88 Keys.
Yeah,
Mhm.
88 Keys got some dope shit. But yeah, it's this classic Push. I wouldn't expect nothing less.
Exactly. He's talented, man.
I heard him say he's gonna rap less about coke and more about just maturing and
Oh.
growing up, which is great.
Where did I see it?
Shouldn't change. I
I
think
shouldn't
it's
change the formula, but you do got to grow with the times.
No, I
when
kind of
you sing it
want
too.
something. So, Hip Hop by the Numbers tweeted that there are 25 references to Coke in the song.
Is that an average?
And then goes, we're in for a classic. Just because there are 25 references.
Look, man,
So that shit was funny.
I agree with Villa.
That video looks fire, though.
Villa's expressed his opinion as well as Johnson. I know I've talked to him before about
Mhm.
Push's music. It gets repetitive, and I get it. But as far as coke rap is concerned, I don't like to get my coke rap from too many rappers.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I
And
found it.
Push is
something.
definitely one of them dudes that I don't mind getting a coke rap album from.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Low Key had tweeted, he's like, Jay's Coke raps are less blatant but still potent. Push's Coke raps make you think you're in the kitchen with him.
Right.
Jeezy's Coke raps make you think you're copping with and for him. Push went and said, great company and discographies to be associated with. Bunch of nose emojis. You do know on the new album I have a record with ... never mind. And then talking about Diet Coke. Yeah.
All right, so you saying that Push's Pusha's
I
shit.
wonder if
is
it's Hove.
in the kitchen.
Huh?
Like you're in the kitchen with him.
Push, yeah.
Mixing it up.
Jeezy is when you're out selling with him.
It's
Or
either you're,
buying
like
from
you're
him?
copying from him or like for
For
him.
him.
Yeah, both of those.
Okay.
And then
And-
yeah.
I see
There was
that.
another one, or
Oh, Jay.
Jay who? Jay Z.
Jay Z.
He's just
Jay
more
Z's
potent with
coke raps are less blatant but still potent, which is true.
more,
Like
more
they're there,
entendres.
but they're not
Mhm.
crazy
More
obvious.
metaphors.
Yeah.
That is true.
hmm
some
We
people
actually
just gonna
we
be
talked
like that.
about this before, but like I think off air maybe.
I didn't really think to put Hove in it, but
Well, I mean,
now
I
that you
think
mentioned
Yeah.
that,
the
yeah.
thing with Push was Push never really hit it. Like you kind of knew what it was, but he's just so good at just saying it dope.
And Jay Z's always
Yeah.
focused on being a business.
Yeah, but Jay could
So-
ad-lib
It's
it
the
in.
ad lib, man. The ad lib
Yeah.
just gets people riled up.
Yeah, Jay will
Mm-hmm.
give you a coke bar like in a metaphor and like double entendre, triple entendre, but he's wearing a business suit while he's doing
Yep.
it. So you don't think twice if you're like someone that's not of the culture.
And Jay Z
Mhm.
doesn't say whoa, like Ric Flair, nigga.
Yeah, there you go.
So-
Powers in my
Yeah.
head.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
super
yeah.
low key.
Powers-
That's what it is.
So it's like, yeah,
oh,
Push-
that's funny.
Push just
Low-key
gives that
tweeted
out,
this.
and that's what I
Oh,
think
shit.
people like him for. You know,
Powers in my hair. That's,
Powers in my
that's
hair.
a strong bar.
but I think that's what people like him for because he's that dude that just gives it to you straight raw.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Ha ha! I see what you did there.
Ah.
So there's a lane for that, and he just found it. That's it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's it.
yeah. That is
So I,
true.
you know, coke rap.
It's like
That's
it's
the rock
like
of it.
I'm
That is wild.
I'm already like past it, you know, like
Mhm.
as far as his coke raps, and I don't want the album, but when I hear it, it's just gonna grow on me. So that's where I
It's
am.
gonna be
at.
one or two dope records that we're just gonna play nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Sure.
he's so talented,
And the
he
fact
just
that Ye
so
loves him
fucking
and he
good.
just wants to work with him, I
How could you
like
not
it.
love him?
Yeah.
I like their combo. You know, when they make music. I wish Pharrell was involved. I hope Pharrell's involved in this. Or,
Yeah.
you know,
Bro, I saw
It's
something
possible.
online, an interview he did.
Neptunes.
hmm
He only got like 500K for the McDonald's thing that he invented.
Oh, I thought he was like still making bank off that
He's-
all this
He
years.
got that. I mean, I guess he's something like that, but he owns 70% of the Arby's jingle.
Oh shit! I didn't know
He
that.
said that. Now, when I heard that, I was like, holy shit, we had the meats. He owns 70% of that shit.
That's wild.
Yo.
Crazy, right? Yo, just
That's wild.
the
I
places
didn't know
that
about
hip-hop
Arby's.
can go.
Yo,
Just a
like-
jingle.
hmm
A jingle, bro. And
No, Push is good
everybody
for it,
knows
bro.
that shit about Arby's. We got the meat.
But that's why
Yeah.
I like that. Like you know, as a fan, so I'm stuttering.
I'm
you
trying.
know,
I'm trying to make jingles too, man. I ain't gonna
I
hold
know
you.
you would be
I
really
swear to
good for
God.
that.
That's, yeah.
You
For
just make
real,
sure you
yeah.
get a good percentage, babe.
I've-
That's
yeah,
it.
I
Never
know.
thought about it until I saw
yeah,
the
man,
Jamie
it's
Foxx
fucking-
show.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You be really good.
Yeah.
You be
Let's do it, man.
you
Let's
be
make some
Jamie
jingles,
Foxx.
man.
Yeah,
Next jiggles.
Let's
yeah.
make some
But
jingles, bro.
I think that's the thing with Push is I feel like that's why people want more from him or just different and just not the coke raps is because we know he could do more. Talented as fuck. That pen is serious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
That's true.
If it's not broke, don't
Well,
fix
man,
it.
why not?
True.
Why
Let's
do
not
jingles to
lyricists
get us
ended up making a
Pringles.
jingle for a food chain.
Jingles to get his Pringles.
Yeah, there you go, bro. And that ends up being the next thing.
yeah.
Just saying, bro. Let me see. All right, so moving on. So
Yeah.
Pusha T.
Pusha
Dope record,
T.
by the way, I thought. We had a couple albums that came out. Were there any of the singles?
The Cole one. Cole and who?
Oh, Cole,
Money-
Moneybag, YG.
Moneybag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that shit was fire.
I
I gotta hear it more. I
Yeah,
only
Cole's
heard
on
it
another
the
tear.
one. Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the beat. That was okay. Video was cool.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch the video. I don't have any other
You
singles.
expect Cole to go off on that too.
Saba's album
Sorry.
was amazing.
So I'm sorry, what was the album called again?
Few good
Things.
things.
I'll tell you a few good things about this album. No, sorry.
That shit was
It was a good album. It was a
amazing.
good album. I liked it.
Shit was
Like-
solid.
Like direction he went in. I heard that he kind of like purposely didn't listen to any other music that was going on at the time while he was making this.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just locked himself away in isolation so he wouldn't be influenced by anything going on.
That's dope.
That's
is
yeah.
dope.
That is
I've
actually a
heard
fun
that.
fact
Super
because
hard to do.
this
Yeah.
is like the first hip hop shit in a while that I can hear myself listening to every day. Because
That's
it's a
how I felt
mix. It's
about-
like it plays on that border. and I like, you know, R&B soul type of thing, and just that neo soul aspect to it. And
So is the album
fucking
this year
fire.
that you're gonna just be playing? Like you'll still be playing in November? pretty
Oh,
much.
for sure.
That's how I felt about Isaiah Rashad's album. Like, I'm
Yeah,
still
that too.
playing
That's gonna be
I got
playing.
some joints
Yeah.
on this few good
Okay,
things.
no, I take it back then. It hasn't. It's not the first
I
one.
like the song with Crazy Bone. That shit was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Homegirl that I didn't even know. One
Crazy
of those
Bone?
singing chicks.
Hearing Crazy Bone rap, when you hear him rap, you realize, okay, this is regular from Crazy Bone. And then you realize, damn, how many motherfuckers are really using the style that he invented, that those dudes invented. Because that's just a regular everyday. That's a Tuesday for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a regular 16, bro. But you're just hearing that now. Everybody's doing that shit. They hopped on it now on this wave and not
Yeah.
giving this guy, like them, the inventors, the innovators, the shit, and other people as well, other groups. But it's just wild to hear that. When I heard it, that was the first thing that popped in my head. Like, damn, this is regular for him. And this
Yeah.
is what everybody has just started to now, like, try to master and learn and perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Flow-wise.
I like
You're
the
sick
old
with
school aspects in it too. Also love the fact that he's independent with us. This Pivot Gang under his shit, and yeah,
That's dope.
it's such a solid project. I'll be listening to this for a while. I'm already trying to plan like what playlists and shit to put it on, so I have it on the regular. But yeah, this is
Fearmonger was a
fire.
good one. I like that one. All right, other album I heard over the weekend, 2 Chainz. Dope Don't Sell Itself was the name of the album. Just off the bat, off the first listen that I gave it, I was playing PS4. I was playing Ghost of Tsushima. I was just remembering what I was doing, so that was in my head. Didn't like the beats. Felt like he was mailing it in at certain points. Also heard that this is his last album on his contract with Def Jam.
Oh, I knew it.
Don't know if
Remember
that
I
had any
said
factor
that
in it.
too.
But you know how it is with contract year.
Mm-hmm.
1000%.
You know what I mean?
It should be
In the sports world,
Yeah.
when there's money behind it, we go back to the fucking money.
Yep.
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And rap is not his main source of income at this point. Like, he's built enough of a brand on himself to get money in other places.
True.
So he just wants to get rid of that music situation, find himself in a better one, or go independent, whatever he feels is best for him. I think this was just him. I don't want to say he mailed it. I never want to say a rapper mails it in, because I don't believe in that. Because I know if that was me, I wouldn't want to give y'all a shitty album just because I'm trying to get out of a contract.
Damn, Titty Boy give you a shitty album, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like some
I'll
parts
say
of
it.
it.
Titty Boy.
I mean, I looked online. People I follow, people that
Tony?
follow me, they said it was dope. I still haven't seen that.
Yeah.
To me,
People said this was dope.
Check that out.
Yeah. Some people said it was dope. Some people said the beats were hard. I beg to differ. Maybe we heard in different systems. Maybe y'all were doing different shit. Maybe y'all were driving. I was sitting down playing PlayStation. I'll be real, because I think where you listen to it makes just as much of an impact.
True.
I mean, I could tell. Okay, maybe some of the beats. There was this one. I don't remember. There's this one beat that actually kind of hit hard in the car, and it was fire. But at the same time, I still couldn't get behind it.
There was a
I
lot
just-
that I couldn't get behind. The Laffy Taffy sample joint, I hated it.
Oh yeah.
I hated that song
I hated
to
that
begin
song.
with. So anything associated with that, I'm gonna be like,
Oh no, the original Laffy Taffy puts this one to shame. I enjoy the original Laffy Taffy compared to this one. to
Laffy
be honest
Taffy
with
just
you.
putting anything to shame
And-
is wild.
And
Oh,
obviously,
God.
2 Chainz could out rap D4L. You know, that's not neither here nor
Yeah.
there in my opinion. But still, that being said, I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
It sounds like he's just yeah.
Getting it out.
I mean, again, who are we to say? I'm just throwing shit out there.
Yeah.
Who knows if that's really the reason? I'm sure he's an artist with integrity. He wants to give a good product out. Sometimes it don't work like that. Sometimes it makes you wonder, just like, why dudes calling these type of plays? Why is a fucking artist using that shitty ass beat on his album?
Especially when he's made dope shit before.
and that's what it is.
You got all
Set a
all
certain
these
expectation.
producers, and you
Yeah.
got that
You've
bullshit.
hit that level before, whether you're a fucking football player or an artist.
And it could be
Or a basketball player,
could be a budget
anything.
thing. Could be his label just wanted to give a chance to a producer that happens to be like the nephew of the CEO. You never
You
fucking
know what?
know,
That's
bro.
actually possible.
That's definitely possible.
That's definitely possible.
What?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't
Come
know.
on, man. One of these
CEOs
CEOs got a nephew or something that's making beats. Hey, I got an artist. I want you. Give you a little bonus. You put his album on there, or put his beat on your
Fucking
album.
Yeah.
nepotism.
Next thing you know, he's rapping on a fucking whack ass beat.
You owe him like 6 songs.
Yeah.
But as
They're
an
like, what the fuck?
artist, why wouldn't you just, I don't know, especially somebody like 2 Chainz, I feel like he would be able to say no. No?
Depends. Depends on what type of contract you got.
Mm.
I mean, him, I'm sure he's restructured his contract in the past couple of years to make it where he has more ownership of it. But I don't think like he
Which I
owns his
hope.
masters. I mean, I could be
that's-
completely wrong, but I don't think it's to that point.
But wouldn't you have freedom to do what the fuck you want to do? I mean, I know
Yes
there's no
and no.
freedom under a label, but at least no.
Well, it depends on how much you
back.
perform at the label. If you're one of your high performer artists, you're gonna have more freedom. You're gonna have less of a hold on the leash.
I guess.
They still own you at the end of the day because you work for them.
Yeah.
But they just it's how
Because
much.
you'll see like these features, these matchups that make no sense, and it's all because the label they want to match somebody new or not performing well with somebody like a high performer.
Yeah.
So I get it. So that could happen on the producer tip too.
And with these labels, it's a business. You're only as good as your last album. So if you didn't sell what you were projected to sell, they're not going to put as much money into the marketing of the album because they don't believe that you could recoup that shit.
I don't know.
You know.
I just
So
I
then
don't know.
it's up
After
to the
Pink
artist.
House, there hasn't been really anything.
It's just tough with the A&Rs and those board meetings. Because think about it. If they want to push a song, they're going to push it.
They'll push it if they believe in it.
True.
You know. If they,
But let's say the artist doesn't. And you know it happens too. It's
oh, that's
like-
the worst part when the artists don't believe in the fucking song that the label wants to push because the label thinks it's better.
Yeah.
Now you got someone pushing a song and doing videos for a song that they didn't want to fucking do in the first place because they hate the beat or the song reminds them of something that they didn't want to go through. And they just didn't want to do it. But someone at the label heard it and said, yeah, you should keep going with this.
Yep.
Shit like
Fuck
that is
wild.
bound to happen, bro.
That's like a bad
Yeah.
GM, man.
Yeah, bro.
Bad GM and the owner.
All
bro.
goes back to the fucking money.
Yeah.
I got,
Do we have a problem?
yeah, we got a big problem. It's the money.
Several.
It's the fucking money.
Fucking money.
Conspiracies.
All right. What's else?
Nothing. I got nothing else.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I have other stuff, but it's not important. We could save it for next week.
We can save it for next week.
Yeah.
Quick question though. Do you guys feel like Kanye put out a hit on Kim? Yes or no?
Bro, I'm not
I'm
even
sorry to
speaking
laugh
on
at
this.
That's why I said real quick. Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
No, I mean, it's
No.
possible, but
No.
probably not.
Villa?
No,
Nah, he ain't doing shit.
no.
No.
It's all semantics,
bro.
man. It's all
This whole
semantics.
shit is just
Yeah.
fucking wild. I just don't
all
even want to.
semantics.
Bro,
Yo,
that
I was.
family, man.
I honestly thought Ye was gonna be rapping on this song. He didn't, right? I didn't miss anything. He didn't rap on it, right?
No, I think he did. No?
Did he? Did I miss it?
What, the Pusha song?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Huh?
No, because I just didn't want to hear more from him. I'm just so tired of it.
He'll have a chance. That'll be.
No, he definitely
I'm
won't.
happy to
He'll
sort
have
it
a whole
out.
album about it. But
happy to
no,
sort it out.
somebody had said, what was it? Because they're like, oh, now you want to be black. Now you're calling out. You're throwing out the black card. All this shit. Then another thing is, someone was like, wasn't he just singing out her name in a stadium full of people? But then now, because she said no. Like, we not buying this. And I'm sorry, but I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying. Don't use the black card, and also don't get salty because she said no to you. Exactly what it
This is
is.
like the biggest high school couple fight ever. This is the most cloudiest guy with the most cloudiest chick going through it. That's all this is at the end
This
of
is
the
a
day.
huge soap opera we're watching.
Huge soap opera.
And
Yeah,
you know
and
that
I'm just
family's
not-
cursed, man.
TV novela.
And they
Yes.
love it.
For
They
real.
soaking up every moment of it. They filming this shit. There's a documentary already happening. It's all adding to everything going on. This is probably a
Well, I don't
rollout
think
for
the-
his
the
genius
doc-
documentary on Netflix.
The trilogy, we'll see it at the
Drake's gonna
third
narrate
one. Are you joking? Is this for real?
it. Huh?
Was that a joke? Or?
Nah, he actually said that. He actually wants Drake to narrate it, and then Drake liked that picture.
Right.
We'll
That was
see.
weird.
No, but I think
Homies.
because it's a trilogy. I think the next one, no, the first one's coming out next week, and then maybe the third will probably be all about Kim. I can see that.
It's ridiculous. How you ain't been with that chick. All right, whatever, man.
I don't know. I'm over it.
Look, off of that, I just wanted to ask that question.
Disgusting.
I got your whatever. But speaking of putting out hits on people, there's a show on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's called Murderville.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys heard about this?
No.
I think
All
I
right.
scroll past it. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, it's fine. It's nothing like must-see TV, and I don't think everybody's gonna be talking about it. But it's just funny in the sense of it's a kind of a crazy idea. So let me break it down to you, at least the best I can. This is a show that's like a murder mystery, like a CSI episode, but kind of like a 35-minute increment.
Yeah.
So it's you'll have clues, you'll have suspects, and you got to figure it out at the end. The hook is they bring a celebrity onto the show. The celebrity doesn't know what's going on. It's completely improvised. So everybody else is in character. The person just walks in with no knowledge of what's going on and just gets introduced, and it's like, okay, I'm doing this, and then they're just acting it out. Obviously, I don't think it's one camera, like they edit and shit like that, but I think that's the premise of the show. I saw all 6 episodes with all different celebrities. Conan O'Brien, Marshawn Lynch is one of the episodes.
Oh,
Fucking
okay.
hilarious. You should watch just for that. Ken Jeong, dude from The Hangover. and some other people.
Oh, he's funny.
Good fucking funny show. Just something quick to watch, just to pass the time. Murderville on Netflix. That would be my recommendation if we were having a shit we watch segment.
Interesting.
Oh,
Check it out. Just one episode. The second one is Marshawn. You don't have to watch them all in a row, but
yeah.
that's what it is.
Boba Fett we'll get to next week. Real
Oh,
quick, Aquafina, which, you know, is funny.
Oh,
Boba Fett.
I didn't know how to spell her name, so I'm just like, Aquafina,
The
okay.
water.
So I spelled it like the water, and I put Shang-Chi next to it, and it still popped up, and then it gave me the correction. But yeah, to me, she's just a New York chick. And then, you know, you said that she's from
My
Queens.
bad. Yeah, we should have talked about this earlier. Yeah.
But real quick, so we can,
Yeah,
'cause
no,
mad
she's
time.
been getting some backlash on Twitter.
Mhm.
Kind of like there's people are saying that she talks with a black accent, she's appropriating culture, and we were kind of talking about it behind the scenes that like this is really just a girl from Queens, and she's just speaking like the environment that she grew up in, and
Yeah.
the fact that she can code switch and do other stuff like it's not her fault. I mean, she is kind of just doing what she does. It's no different than when we have to change the way we speak
Around certain people,
around
yeah.
certain people.
Mhm.
If I'm in a corporate environment, I'm not going to
Exactly.
be speaking how I speak here.
Exactly.
Everybody does
Exactly.
it. Everybody does it. And it's called, I guess the term for it is code switching.
Code switching, yeah.
So, I mean, she's in a spot where, yeah, she grew up doing comedy and she lived in Queens and she kind of, I guess, did hip hop some way, form, or another.
But
And she,
yeah.
I guess people are on her more about that, the cultural appropriation. Like she just dressed hip hop all the time, and now that she's a star, she's not. Kind of similar to what the Post Malone shit
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
You used hip hop to get your foot in the door. Once you got it in there, it's like, all right, now this is who I really am, America.
Yeah.
You know, type
I
of
don't
shit.
know, my thing with her is
Like, are we mad at her? Are we mad at her for that?
No, I'm not. No, not at all. I just think, what is it called? Because she said in like her apology that people were like, "Oh, that's not an apology." She said she had immigrant parents. Do you understand how many like kids of immigrants come here and are trying to figure the fuck out how to be American?
Yep.
And she says it. She's like, you know, like I learned from them, but they also wanted, like I know my grandparents didn't want my mom and my aunts to know Spanish. Because back then, there was the first Spanish family in Hackensack, and they were just like, no, we don't, they didn't want them learning. They learned English. Well, they also kind of learned it in Puerto Rico, but they're like, they learned English to make sure that their kids didn't have to learn Spanish. That's why, yeah, so my mom and my aunts didn't learn Spanish until a little later on because they saw it as we're in this country, learn from, you know, everybody around, the movie, you know, shit like that.
Gotcha.
So that's what,
Adapt.
and I feel like kids of immigrant parents, like that's, you know,
That's interesting.
and she said it. She was like, I had to learn from the neighborhood I grew up in, you know, my neighbors, movies, shows, you know, culture-wise, and you're in
see that,
Queens, man.
You're
like
in Queens. I mean, what did
you're-
they expect her to
what
sound
else?
like? Was she supposed to like sound just straight up like an Asian woman?
She
trying
just,
speak
to me,
English?
It's just
to me, she just sounds like a
I'm
New
not
York
gonna do the
chick.
voice, but
That's exactly how I feel. Like
Yeah.
to me, it's just like any one of us knows how it is. We all talk. It's just exactly how you say. You make alterations in certain things that you do, but it's just like when we're comfortable, we talk. We talk how we talk, you know. And just, to me, it's like New York is obviously different from how we talk over here to a certain extent, but it's just like
Yeah.
it's not. You could, I don't know. Certain people you could tell when they're overdoing it. I just don't feel that from her. You know what
No,
I'm saying? I
yeah,
feel
there
like
are.
she's just who she
yeah.
is.
There
you know?
are people
Yeah,
like
I
I.
thought she was faking it.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
knew this one girl, one of my sister's friends growing up. She just would change, and it wasn't like code switch. It was code switching, but it was to the point that like if we were in like the projects, she just super extra, like oh my god, like are you serious? You know, things like that. But then
That's really
she just all of a sudden just switch up. Like if it was just them, like you know, when we had house parties and it'd be like half the football team there, she'd
that's
talk
all.
like a guy out of nowhere, and then
Yeah,
it,
that's different.
yeah, like that's
all-
different. And
different.
and her thing
I don't like
was,
stuff like that.
yeah, her family, they were immigrants, but they came here. No, they weren't. They were children of immigrants, but her mom wanted her to be as white. They're Dominican, white as can be. Like, no, this is how you make it, and just like my grandparents, this is how you make it in this country. So hair always straight. Make sure you can't date nobody dark skin. Like you can't act a certain way. So for her to like now have all these different type of friends, she's trying to find herself, and that's what, you know, I can't take this girl's name right. Aquafina, Jesus Christ. I can't. Aqua, I don't know. Fina, whatever. She, her real name is like Noah something, I don't know. But,
Nora?
no, I don't know if it's Nora or it could be Nora, I don't know. But she mentioned that. She was like, I just had to figure it out. And I just feel like that's her trying to figure it out. And she probably had, her parents, like, you got to,
Her own fucking show on Comedy Central is called Nora from Queens. Like,
Yeah.
it's just about her growing up and it's Asian
Oh, yeah,
American.
the story, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of her story in a sense. You know, it's fucked up how, you know, they come after her like that because all of a sudden she's making a little money and she changes her appearance. But it's like,
That's all it really amounts
I mean,
to,
that's
yeah.
going to happen.
what the fuck do you expect? And again, what do they expect her to sound like? If she sounded like she was a straight, like, Asian person, like, with no sense of English and just trying to learn, they'd probably get at her for that, too.
Exactly.
I think she was like, yeah. So I think you can't win either way.
No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what, bro. Let me see. So that was it off of that. I got no other quick topics.
Is it time?
It's about that time.
Okay.
It's time for my favorite segment. It's time for Villa's favorite segment over there. Time for
Yeah.
X's new favorite segment. Sade's new favorite segment. All the guys here at the VFW's favorite segment.
Yeah.
Including that one random girl that was here. Her
My
favorite
lighter-
segment as
my
well.
lighter's
Can't forget about
favorite
her.
segment.
It's
Oh, wait, hold on.
My lighter's favorite segment.
You don't know, now you know, nigga.
yeah, man. It's if you don't know, it's our favorite segment in the motherfucking world where we try to present to you the best and brightest and new music from all different types of genres. I won't get into them now because we have a guest and it's late and we're hungry, but it's good music that we got for you today. So
It's
for today, my
fire.
first pick, I'm gonna go with a Jersey head. I'm gonna go with a hip hop man,
might have
a
to
hip hop
switch
head.
that.
And this one is special, man, because
Oh, yeah.
this guy, not only did his album debut a couple days late, but it looks like it was kind of meant to be because at
For
the
real.
same time that his album debuted, I hope by now, I'm not sure, that his beautiful wife was in labor.
Well, when this episode drops in 2 days,
When this episode
th-
drops in
I
2
hope
days,
she's still not
think,
in labor.
let's hope-
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
yeah, let's hope.
So what goes to real music representative goes by the
Yeah.
name of Olive.
Old Live.
Just dropped his album, Catharsis.
wait, hold on. Let me just do a round of applause.
Yeah.
That shit, man. Oh, God. Before we talk about this song, this album,
It is
I-
almost fire.
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. My
Absolutely.
only not disappointment. The only thing that my only critique for it, maybe less features, but that's about it.
Okay.
Like for his debut, I would want more from him, but there was still a lot of him, so I'm not even that mad
Yeah.
about the features. But other than that, a solid project,
Yeah, absolutely.
solid as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Olive, shout out to everybody over at Real
Yeah.
Music.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Word.
song that I wanted to play for my If You Don't Know is 80 Burchard. Burchard, I'm not sure how to say it.
Burchard.
Yeah.
Burchard.
Burchard. Sorry.
Yeah, so we'll get into that. Don't know who produced it, but great fucking song. Let's get into that.
That's my shit too.
Yeah. Live. I gotta take this back real quick. Take it back to the foundation of real music. See, this what made us who we are. Yeah, this for the family. Let's go. Just got $1 from Pops, walking to the bodega. Mom said, walk with your brother, don't talk to no strangers. Pocket full of Jolly Ranchers and some Cool Ranch. Had to hide it from Graham, she just cooked for the whole fam. And I could smell the food right outside the door. A pot of rice and baked chicken that was on the stove. My cousin's over, so we talking and laugh, having a blast. I just heard Mom said that it was time to go. See, that was Grandma's house, best place I ever known. My place of refuge, your first or second home. 3 bedrooms, we packed out every summer. I could count on one hand the times I slept alone. I'm sitting here reminiscing. Uncles drinking on the porch, aunties laughing in the kitchen. And as a young boy, I was wishing that every day would be a summer day, Thanksgiving or Christmas. Now we all hold hands in the living room. Hats off, bowed heads before we bless the food. Now let's say a quick prayer for the hands who prepared, and a word for the ones that ain't here. Cause that's just what we did. And that's just how it was. That's 80 Burchard Avenue.
Catch the vibration.
And it was all love.
No,
Know that? Hey, yo, Mo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna bring back this one time. You listening, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
You remember the time we had them bunk beds back in the day, but they weren't secure? So anytime somebody jump on or jump off, the whole bed would come with them. Yo, you remember that one time when the bed just straight up fell on you? And we was checking like, yo, is he still alive? Is he still alive?
Sorry,
Yeah,
we got the
I don't
song
know, man.
playing.
That was crazy, bro.
Yeah, I was still asleep.
Yeah, every Sunday we had to pick and choose which one of us taking grandma to church. Which had me think about all them times we slept up in them pews just waiting to get some candy out of purse. I need another pencil, I'm working on my verse. We rapping in the living room, that's where we rehearse. We tried to build our own studio in the basement, but the fam said no, and to this day it still hurt. Whenever we was born, we would square up and we fight. Them sticky traps in the room, snatched up all the mice. Had beef with PSC and G, bro, they had us with no lights. I remember them cold nights, hot water and cold rice. Dirty, but still it was amazing. And that's all due to the God we was praising. Had to take time off to build racks, cause on God I'ma buy it back. That's Sade Burchard. Now we all hold hands in the living room. Hats off, bow heads before we bless the food. Now let's say a quick prayer for the hands who prepared, and a word for the ones that ain't here. Cause that's just what we did. And that's just what we did. And that's just how it was. And that's just how it was. A Sade Burchard Avenue, the old block.
Chat down there, it's like a chain to me.
You should. That was. Go ahead.
That song was fire.
No,
That was
song
80
is fire.
Burchard by
Song's
Live
fire.
off this debut album, Catharsis.
That shit.
Available now. It's
Go
on your
stream
motherfucking
that.
phone.
Go
Shout out to
stream
all
that.
the features
Definitely
on
go
there.
cop that.
Shout out to all the
That
production on
was
there.
amazing. Go
Dope
cop
fucking
that like
album.
it's
Yeah,
a
go
physical
cop that
copy.
shit, man. Shout out to Live.
Listen to that album 3 times.
And a brand new
Okay.
daddy to be.
3 times.
For real.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations, brother.
First
Yeah,
kid.
congrats,
Sade.
congrats.
Alright, so I found this girl on Twitter. Somebody had retweeted her video that just dropped. Thought it was fire. So I go check her out, and she had just dropped a project. Her name is Chelsea Pastel. I just don't remember the name of the project. I can look it up right now. But I listened to the project, so I'm not gonna go with the video she just dropped.
Like
I'm
that
gonna
name.
go with somebody else. But fire, man.
I like that
Fire,
fucking
fire.
name, Chelsea Pastel. God damn, that shit just rolls off the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is
Chelsea
called
Pastel.
"Long Live MJ" by Chelsea Pastel.
No matter who says it,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah, and are you okay?
Ah, what just happened? All right, we're gonna.
Oh, Chelsea.
God damn it, bitch! All right.
Yeah,
See with the beat. Like, it just
yeah,
sounds like-
and are you okay? And are you okay? And are you okay? And are you okay? Let's go. My nigga like MJ. I know he wanna be Stein Zone. Remember the time we was fucking in London? I told you don't stop till you get enough. Man in the mirror, I watch when he beat it. Turn to a wheel with love, how he eat it. Will you be left on me? Promise you care for me. Will you be making me feel yeah, I need it? And are you okay? And are you okay? And are you okay? And are you okay? Man in the mirror, I watch when he beat it. Turn to a wheel with love, how he eat it. Will you be left on me? Promise you care for me. Will you be making me feel yeah, I need it? I need that dick in the morning like matcha. Kill out that monster and do what I taught you. Hop in the shower, I'm all to the guala, but when I come back, we gon' head to Red Lobster. I deserve everything that I've been getting. I put on my city, my music been hitting. A year ago, I was considering quitting, but shit turned around like a boomerang, didn't it? Money been solving my problems. Money been filling the holes in my life. Nigga came a long way from the ramen. Came a long way from the cubic zirconia. Finally got me some diamonds. Got out the city before they could get me. Too many crabs in the bucket. I got to the top. It's like none of these bitches can reach me. Niggas be talking about everything else, but the check to the point to my ears closed. I'm sick of this city. It's too many haters, and most of these bitches be weirdos. They gassing me yeah, like a Hemi. Choking on smoke cause I blow like a chimney. I'm drunk off the Remy. I hope y'all forgive me. I'm talking my shit, but I really don't care what it's giving. Now fuck out my nigga like MJ. I know he wanna be Stein Zone. Remember the time we was fucking in London? I told you don't stop till you get enough. Man in the mirror, I watch when he beat it. Turn to a wheel with love, how he eat it. Will you be left on me? Promise you care for me. Will you be making me feel yeah, I need it? And are you okay? And are you okay? And are you okay? And are you okay? Man in the mirror, I watch when he beat it. Turn to a wheel with love, how he eat it. Will you be left on me? Promise you care for me. Will you be making me feel yeah, I need it? Send me them pictures that disappear. Get that dick on my mind and I need it here. I can't focus on nothing. I think about fucking you 365 days a year. Yeah, I'm off the mimosas. Drowning this pussy and party like Moses. Gave him a dose, put him in comatose. Thought I was joking and woke up confused. Before you start kissing me, wipe up the drool. Put it in motion. I came for nothing, just like Hocus Pocus. Went from the focus to dropping the lotus and bought me a house with the view of the ocean. Niggas was sleeping on me like they crashing on sofas. Bitch, I'm from Cleveland, it's hard to get noticed. Putting this shit on the map till I'm goated. Popping my shit, put it back and reload it. I got a problem with was speaking my mind in a moment of silence, but I'm working on it. There was a point in my life where the money would get me excited, but now I need more of it. Stuck to the vision, I'm closer than ever. I've been through a lot, but I keep it together. These bitches feel weather, they switch it so quick in a way I can never, but that's why my nigga like MJ. I know he wanna be Stein Zone. Remember the time we was fucking in London? I told you don't stop till you get enough. Man in the middle.
That's Chelsea Pastel with Long Live MJ off Pastel Vision. And
Nice.
from Ohio, from Cleveland.
Oh, bet.
Cleveland. Not Cincinnati, but Cleveland.
Yes, Cleveland.
So Ohio.
All right, Vila, your turn.
I have a Jersey artist
Ooh.
collaborated with the artist. His name is Xavier.
Okay.
Listen to the song called Eclipse. Came out a few months ago. I think it's a dope ass song. Yeah, man, let's get into it.
All right.
So good for these type of beats.
Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
No matter what. Never heard.
Yeah. Watching my back, I can't relax. I see the wolves running their backs. I'm in the lab, I never crack. What if I could? But it's never that. Cause I know that it's all gonna change anytime, any day. Yeah. So just name me the time and the place, I'ma find me a way. Yeah. This is the way, she cannot sit and just wait. Just wanna sit on my face, give and I take. I love the thrill of the chase, I love the feel of the safe. Feeling too safe, one day you could be a star. Next day you feeling no space, it could go proof. Then they gon' ask you for proof, how you gon' build up the case? We can relate, what's it worth getting the praise? You know I'm raising my rates, I'm finna eat. Ain't no one taking my plate, ain't no one taking my place. Sealing my fate, don't got a ceiling, I rain. Shining, don't make no mistake, talking my heart, something that I got in space. You must say it is an ace, this shit isn't a race, but it got similar traits. So I continue to say, fuck that minimum wage. Telling this shit ain't no phase, ain't finna reflect, not feeling opaque. Them difficult days, but cynical ways. I look at my curls, they finna go great. But I'm finna move on my pace. Entering, shifting, no backspace. Ready to score like a fast break. If I fuck the world, they wanna castrate. I just give them smoke until the cash straight. Give them smoke and then the ashtray. Yeah. Watching my back, I can't relax. I see the wolves running their backs. I'm in the lab, I never crack. What if I could? It's never that. Cause I know that it's all gonna change anytime, any day. Yeah. So just name me the time and the place, I'ma find me a way. Dreaming of the days when my accounts ain't got no minus. That concept is foreign like them cars that I be eyeing. Cars that I be eyeing, but I got no business buying. Ain't this shit ironic? I need bread for healthy diets. I need to make a deposit. I need new clothes in my closet. I need a trip to the tropics. I got my guard up, I'm feeling boxed in. I keep the guard up, something like a boxer. English professor flow, I like the commas. They gotta check the flow just like a Doppler. Smile look real as fuck, I need an Oscar, cause I'm exhausted. How the fuck I'm living? Bank accounts are used to double digits. Keep the sauce like you was double dipping. Ain't no plan B, still ain't fucking kidding. Tired of living in a subdivision. Tired of wanting what's on television. Tired of being the 99% when there's a 1% that's leaving hella victims. Carbon parked and I don't wanna move. We're close to breaking down, guess that means two of us. So I walk, I can't afford a Uber. Goddamn, man, I gotta move up. Cause I can't go on when I know this wrong. Watch my back, I can't relax. I see the wolves running their backs. I'm in the lab, I never crack.
I love how
What if I could?
chorus isn't like
It's never that. Cause I know that it's all gonna change anytime, any day.
most of the time
So just name me the time and the place, I'ma find me a way. Find me a way, find me a way.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's
I like the
Steven
contrast to it.
Xavier.
Great fucking pick.
Yeah, it was a good
I
pick.
like that one.
Smoke some blunts together. Let's write some raps. Get at me, boy.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Right.
Great selections, y'all. Man, and that has been our this week's If You Don't Know.
Yeah.
Am I doing it? Oh, okay.
And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
Thank you, Sade.
course, of course.
That's been this week's If You Don't Know. As always, want to remind y'all we do not own the rights to any of the goddamn music that we just played. We are simply just showing love, giving some exposure out. Make sure that y'all check them out, stream the music, download the music, check out some merch. They all selling some merch at some point. Check them out at the show. Just show them some love. Let them know you heard her here first or wherever. It really don't matter. Check out their social media, all of that. That's what it's about. And these 3 songs will be on our If You Don't Know playlist that are available on Apple Music as well as Spotify that will be up later this week. In case you didn't get to find out who they were, you can get the names and the names of the songs and the names of the projects all there. Yeah.
Yep.
If you don't know. So
am I doing it again?
No, you're not doing it again.
Oh,
My
okay,
bad.
I was so confused.
You want to do it again?
So,
no, she gave me a look. I was like, wait, am I? Okay,
episode
my bad.
117. Guys, I
Yeah.
think if anything, we kind of talked about the conspiracy theories. We talked about how money kind of revolves around all this shit.
All about the Benjamins.
At the end of the day, is that really what this is all about? Is it really all just about the money?
Yeah.
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 This is it. This is all where I'm at.
Sadly.
Unfortunately.
To think. It was always, before, it was all about to catch food and to stay warm. And,
Yeah.
fire's a thing now.
Yeah.
And then now it's just money. It's all about money.
The almighty evil dollar, man.
Who would have
Yeah.
thought we'd have something in our pockets small enough to be able to communicate with everybody in the world?
Yeah, for real.
Who would have
Shit,
thought?
Shit, that takes me back.
Yeah.
Yet here we are.
Yeah.
Por WhatsApp.
In this
Hopefully
metaverse.
I win some money off FanDuel.
And just wait till this
Shut
metaverse
up.
shit kicks in.
Talk about money.
Wait till
Shit, I'm a check too.
wait till the metaverse
Yeah.
stuff kicks in.
Oh,
I
man.
don't even want to. I can't. I just.
Oh,
I'm
Sade,
over.
it's happening, and you better be ready for it.
Whatever.
Okay?
Hit that Oculus. We'll be in here like...
I'm looking stupid as
I
hell.
can't wait to walk in on you, run and check it through an Oculus.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's gonna be fucking weird.
Okay, the virtual open mic, like the real style virtual open mic.
That's gonna be wild.
Yeah, have Droopy in the corner.
Yeah.
He banging his sticks from his house.
Look at all these motherfucking VR troopers, bro.
I'm good on that.
Swear to God.
You know, a drum set is just 2 sticks and like
Just
one
2
pad.
sticks.
I probably definitely sound like the when
going off.
phones
playing
were
patty cake.
when phones were made public to everybody, and I'm just like, why can't you just write a letter? I feel like I'm that person right now.
It's happening. It's
Live
happening.
shows, live experiences, and everybody's talking about fucking putting on some goggles. Fucking goggles. Write a fucking letter, man. Pick it up the phone.
You're gonna see you with them goggles. You're gonna wear them fucking goggles, all right?
Yo.
You're gonna wear them goggles.
Hitting up people on AIM. Let me stop.
You gonna have them goggles.
Wow.
You know, get them goggles, bro.
Put them goggles on, bro.
Put them
I'm
fucking
playing with
goggles
you.
on.
Oh shit, that
Play
was
this
funny.
game. Come
All
box
right.
this motherfucker.
Any
you
any
feel
closing
me?
notes or
Yeah, any closing notes, Villa?
I'm cold and hungry. That's all I got.
Yeah, man. Just rejoice in hope, be patient in
What are you watching right
tribulation, and constant in prayer.
Is there a game on right now?
No,
Oh,
it was.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And I
Oh.
say that to say, if you get down, don't give up. You know, something always better for you out here. You know what I
100%.
mean?
Bet.
Stay focused, stay driven.
Listen to the
and
universe.
Go off, man.
Yeah.
Go off. Like it's nobody's business.
Go the
Because
fuck
it's
off.
your business.
Man.
But yeah, that's what I got.
Hey, that's Sade, you got any
Nah, I'm good. Cold and I'm hungry.
cold and you're hungry? Okay.
Thank you, Villa, for your sweater.
Excellent.
You
Let 'em
already
where
know
they can
Chivalry's
find
not
you,
dead.
first
Just
of
see, I
all.
saw it
Yeah,
on
give us all
camera.
your info.
I do nice deeds. I'm sorry, bro.
Oof.
Continue.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, let all your
Oh, yeah,
info.
yeah.
Let them know where they can find you. Anything you want to give out there to the people.
To be honest with you, me, I'm still, obviously I'm on Twitter. That's
Yeah.
pretty much that, TikTok. But, I went through a little social media cleanse because,
You can't delete the Twitter though.
Yeah.
The
Too
Twitter-
much info,
Dude,
man.
it's too much
Too much
info, and
info,
it's
man.
very up to date. It's on the clock.
It is.
It's on the clock.
Listen, that's
I
where I get
haven't-
everything.
I
Sports
haven't ventured
news.
into it like I should.
Oh, okay.
I should. I
Listen,
really should.
There's
sports
one
news
app
and
I
everything,
recommend.
They got
It's that.
everything.
It's like,
Plus, it's just funny.
but what's your
I'm
app?
sorry, But yeah.
So on Twitter, Senor Pana, no, I have to put a SEN
Yeah.
or PNA 24. That's it.
Yeah.
Pretty much that.
Go follow him and talk some shit. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Listen, I see it all the time.
Just don't talk about
Got the
that.
popcorn ready. So
Well, I mean, yeah, if you want, go
He's
off.
the Panamanian Mel Kiper.
At your own discretion. If you want to talk crazy about his team, at your own discretion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
listen,
you heard
I
he
can
got
go and
got
talk.
Yeah, all the updates. He's a Panamanian Mel Kiper.
Listen, I get it, man. All I do is sports, man. Bleacher Report. Think about Bleacher Report. Yahoo Sports. I got it all, man.
Yeah, you got it all. All right, I see
Got it
what's
all,
up.
man.
I see
There you
what's
go.
up.
Up to date, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same way, man. But you know, I'm a Met fan. I'm that way. The way you are with the Niners, I'm with these guys and the Knicks.
Best.
You know,
Times
I'm
with the
sure.
Jets.
Yeah,
I'd like
Jets.
to thank the Jets. We have Super Bowl III.
I like the Red Bull. The Red Bull are cool.
That was my answer to
Even though
Jets Super Bowl 3.
NYFC won.
Look at his face. Look at his
Yo,
face.
Yo,
Okay.
come on, man.
It's the best
You know
part
we're
to
not
the
even
shit.
close either, man. We on the same boat.
Oh my god, I got a
Same
Facebook
boat.
memory from 10 years ago of me saying,
That sounds
"Damn
crazy.
it must be tough to be a Patriot fan in New York."
10 years ago, though.
Yeah.
And we've been trashed since.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It
Yeah.
sucks, man.
I mean, it's not Super Bowl 3 though, so we good.
Damn.
I love you.
Nah, cause nah. Hold up, nah. Don't let that go down like that, B. Fuck that.
We have to wrap up.
Wrap up. Yeah, we gotta wrap this up.
Can we talk shit and chit chat? Can we
What?
chit
Who's
chat?
chit chatting? I don't chit chat with shit.
We can
Fuck a
chit
chit-chat.
chat. We
That
can
sounds
chit chat about
crazy.
Super Bowl 3.
Yo, that sounds
Chit-chat.
crazy. We in no position to be talking about his team, even if it was Super Bowl.
No, but it's pro, and I gotta talk shit.
That's
'cause he be talking shit
crazy.
to me.
I'm not gonna. That's my Latin brother.
All right. Enough this crap. No, listen. Want to thank X for being here.
Yeah.
And
Appreciate you
giving
guys,
some
all
brand
you.
new
Thank
breath,
you.
fresher air here
Yeah,
with the
man.
sports talk that we
The
desperately needed here.
analysis.
Mm-hmm.
The analysis that we so needed from our
In
Panamanian Mel Kiper, Brian
All
Windhorst.
he needed was the.
Yeah.
He needed was the
Shit.
board. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah,
so
it's
he could
just,
show
yeah.
you.
Thank you for being a part of the fix.
For
I
real,
appreciate
man.
it, guys. It's an honor, pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, absolutely, man. Likewise. I have no closing notes this week. I usually do, but I don't this week. We're hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're hungry. Look, this has been episode 117. We're going to call it And Then There Was X. And we'll catch y'all
I'm
next
kinda
week. We're going to have
debating
another
that. Say it
guest
okay.
next week, Aisha Truth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk to her, up-and-coming rapper.
Yeah.
And we're going to go from there, man. So we'll
Imagine we
catch y'all
don't
next
now.
week. We'll talk some more music, shows, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.